now we're live. It's always a fun adventure of how long will it take today? Is the Wi-Fi working well? And today, here I am with my twin. We've got our herbology shirts on. Woo-hoo! Harry Potter, which does remind... Oh, so first we have Kat from Ginger Bibliophile. And then we'll go on to the Harry Potter because there's actually 2 Harry Potter books I need to read from the halls. One, and they're both like about the series. One's not approved by J.K. Rowling, so I'm really curious to delve into that one and what they said.
Nice.
Yeah, but I figured though I did think of reading Harry Potter again for the banned book project, and then I just ended up reading all kinds of other stuff and never got back to Harry Potter. How long has it been since you had read the series, Kat?
Actually, I don't think I did my usual reread last year, so it's been about 2 years.
Okay, so you've read the whole series more than once.
Oh, yeah. I started reading them about when the 3rd book came out. I remember my teacher, calling me Hermione and like, excuse me? Oh, okay, so that's not totally terrible. So I won't totally revenge, but remember, like, it was my 7th grade teacher, Mr. Ed, and he came in with like the lightning bolts on his forehead.
Oh, awesome!
Midnight signing, and we're like, "What's on your head? No, you are not starting class yet. What's on your head?"
Hey, Jenny!
It became a whole thing. And then a couple years later, the movies started coming out. So, okay, now I need to read this whole series.
Now, see, I've only read them once. And the funny thing is, I was working in elementary then, and students were talking about it. So and it's funny, one of the grade 2s were reading it. I'm like, holy jeez.
Oh, they are way too young for that.
And the chunker, I'm like, good on you, because I'm looking at that sucker going, no. I mean, it's why it took me forever to read the Divergent series. And thanks to one of, grads now, bought me the series. Like, I got the box set from him. I'm like, oh, you're so sweet, but I'm not a teacher, so you're not getting credits off me. You know that, right? But sweetie pie. But I had that sitting on my shelf for years. I actually watched all the movies before I read the books, which is a first. Normally I do it the other way around. But I was looking at those honkers going, no. I mean, I read, classic, this is a book, not massive, this is a book, or what does Ven call them? Doorstops?
He called them doorstops. I call them chunksters.
Yeah. And so I looked at that series and went, and even when I was opening it, because it's got explaining all the, factions are what they're called. So there's a book explaining the fact, and I'm like, oh, hell no. If I need a book to explain the series to keep everything straight, ain't happening. I'll just be watching the movies. And then I think it was last year or the year before. I'd have to check Goodreads and call them. Yeah, we're lightweights.
It depends on the topic. Like Harry Potter, 800 pages isn't that much. Classic 300 pages is a crap ton.
Well, and but it was funny when I read them because I was only looking at the size of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're not, I mean, I could knock one off in a day. They're not really that big, teeny, tiny print writing compared to, just a sec, because it's just sitting over there, compared to 891 Eye of the World pages.
That looks huge.
It is. And the writing ain't big.
Okay, so that's actually like 2,000 pages. They just, pretended it was 800.
There we go. There we go. You can see it better. And the
Oh,
Tor publications, I do not recommend because whoever did the setting. Now, can you imagine being a struggling reader and trying to figure out where page 1 and 2 end there? Like I had a brutal time with that because there's not enough space. I think it was a friend of Noah's because I can't write in these damn books. There's not enough margins to write stuff in. But Divergent wasn't near that bad. And Harry Potter's the same. I mean, they're huge, but it's not that teeny tiny print.
mm-hmm.
And I've read, I think, most of them. And I'd watched all the movies. And I actually sold all the movies years ago because my husband's not a fan. And I'm like, okay, I probably won't rewatch these. And there's a place up here, which is good. You can take your movies and stuff back and get cash for them, same as like book places. Or actually, I may have sold that to someone. I can't remember now. But I think I'm one book short of the series. And two massive things. So I'm sorry if anyone tunes in and you haven't read them. Spoiler alert, ding, ding, ding.
They're 25 years old. It's their own fault if it's a spoiler at this point.
Well, but see, Eye of the World isn't new. These are early 2000s. I don't know how I missed this series up until Prime had the 8. I blame Prime for this one because we watched the 8-episode series. And I'm like, okay, these must be based on a book. So I looked into it. Little at the time did I know there's 15 books.
And the first one is huge. That is just
they're all this size. All 15 are this honking size.
See, at least Harry Potter starts off small and gets bigger as they get older.
Yeah.
Like, it ages with you. Like, it starts getting darker. About the 4th, 5th book, it starts getting a little depressing.
Mm. Well, I bought
out the best parts in the movies.
Well, I bought these in 3-book sets because my husband's like, well, try the first 3 and see what you think. So I bought the first box set, and then I'm like, okay, it's not too bad. Unlike Ven, I don't really care what color buttons they are, and I really don't care what color her dress is and all that other shite. So the reason I can knock some of these off in a couple days is I don't need to read about the dresses and all that. So I can like skim and hop. I get to the fight scenes and what's going on and the travel and stuff. But then I had to know how it ended. So I actually knocked that whole series off in 2022, except for the prequel I have yet to read. I mean, it was throughout the year because I, paced myself buying the different book sets. And it's not a fake reader. I see the words as I'm skimming past.
We just don't bother to actually read them. It was either that or DNF because there was one book that was just like, I was curious enough. I want to know how it ended, but like, this is supposed to be action. I don't care about their stupid 2 chapters of a date. Scam. Oh, they're talking about something else. Now I'll start reading.
And the show and the book, very different endings. Confused when the book ended as to why the show would change so much. That could be with a lot of different things. Now, the one thing I will say actually, let's finish first with the Eye of the World so I don't totally forget where I was going there. So I now no longer need to watch the Prime series because I knocked off the whole series in a year and I know how it ends. But, and Ven and I have been chatting about this too, they've really changed a lot episode 1 from the books. Like basically the first 8 shows are the first 3 books. Well, that's 2,400 farkin pages. Yeah. So there's a lot they missed. There's a lot that is different because some of the characters don't go to some of the locations They have them in season 1. And the one character, Perrin, is not married till book 5 or 6. And yet in the show, they have him killing his wife in the very first episode. It's like, dude, there's so much to that character, and now you're going to screw it up because he wasn't married yet.
Mm-hmm. So they gave it the True Blood treatment, basically.
See, I only watched a few, I think one episode of True Blood, and when it started with the boom chicka wawa, I'm like, oh man, I want vampires, not porn. Like, come on, what is this?
It is a little bit of both, but they got it so messed up. Like, the very first episode's like, all right, that guy was supposed to be dead in that guy's car. He's still alive in season 3, and that chick doesn't even exist in the books. And she was supposed to be trailer trash, but y'all didn't want to be racist, so you made her ghetto, and in the reprintings of the book, you made it match the TV. Like, well,
and that's
it. Just episode 1 that they got wrong. And it's a 13-book series, but they made it only 7 seasons.
Well, see, and that's why I'm wondering what's going to happen with Wheel of Time, because they had the 8 episodes, and then it took forever. Now the one character, and I'm not sure what the dealio is, but the one character decided he wasn't going to continue with the series, which is a problem because this is all flashbacks, right? So it's not always going forward. There's certain things that happen that get explained partway through later. So you have to have the same character because Matt can't look different episode 1 than he does, season 3 in that flashback. So I don't know if that was the big bugaboo or what they're going to do with it. Then it was like a year and some to season 2. I think season 3's coming out sometime later this year. It's like, no, I'm not that invested. I've read the series. I don't care what you're doing with the show. And to be honest, it's been a while since I've really watched anything new on TV or movies or any of that because I'm used to a 25 episode season, not 8. And I just can't be bothered to invest in the characters because the shows don't go on that long anymore anyways. And I could read, the Wheel of Time and stuff. So I've now freed up 14 hours a week not watching TV. Now, maybe 10 hours because now and again I'll go down and watch like a movie or something. Mm-hmm. But I only watch at the most 2.5 hours of TV a day. So yeah, I got a lot of other things I can be doing with my time than watching carping characters that are disappearing. But let's see, what does Ginny have to say about vamps? Speaking vamps, my bestie boyfriend finally watching The Strain. Have not seen or heard of that.
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it. I think I might have it somewhere.
Is it on... Jenny, where is it? Is that like, see, we only have Prime because I refuse to be nickeled and dimed to death on streaming. That's my other issue with that. And that's why we left cable because everything was, get this package. And it's like, but I want the History Channel and I want sci-fi and they're not in the same package. Nerds to that nonsense. And streaming's doing the same thing. This is on Hulu. This is on Prime. This is on Netflix. This is here. It's only $5 a month. Okay, I'm not awesome at math, but even I know $5 a month times 12 equals a hell of a lot of books that I can pay instead of watching your channel. And when you multiply that times 4 or 5 streaming services at only $5 a month, that's like a ton of books. Which, by the way, I did tally my books yesterday, thanks to Book Haul video. So I had to go by and look at what. So take a guess. Hey, Ven, how you doing?
What's up?
It's
have you got your tally, Ven?
Yeah, it's on Prime, but you need to pay. Oh, pay
See,
for
that's
it. Screw
evil.
that.
That's the one thing, like, I like streaming because I'm like, I feel like crap, and now I don't have to get up and like keep changing. Like, all right, this show's over. Let me go put on the next disc. But also, it constantly freaking changes. I'm like, hey, I can watch Lord of the. Those buttheads took Lord of the Rings off again.
Yep. Or yeah, it's like, or pay for it, or it's not available and crap like that.
I'm
So
like,
Ven hasn't counted his yet. Now, Ven, you don't get to guess because you know the answer. I sent it to you on Voxer yesterday. So
I'll,
Jenny and Kat, take a guess. 2024, how many books did Elaine buy?
I'm gonna go with 163.
Okay, Jenny, do you have a guess?
You had some chunkers of book hauls there at the end.
Oh yeah, I was like stress shopping, man. Okay, so Jenny,
She thinks you shopped like her.
263. Dun, 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 dun. It was a nice even total of 200. I didn't even plan that. It just automatically came up to a nice even 200.
Oh my goodness.
That's kind of what I thought with a few other things in there. And I said to my husband, you know, I've been joking about this bookaholic thing, but you know, I maybe have a problem. And out of all of those, only 10 of them came from Indigo. 190 are from my thrift store since January. They need to stop sending me them 30%, 50% off sale emails because, like, those did me in. And that cart that I don't have to carry all of them now, that's bad. That's when I started getting to like 22, 24. It's like, damn, now I got to read all these. Think, yes, you probably do, Jenny.
See, I only get like, one or two a day on my Kindle.
A day.
Sometimes I don't get any. Like, I went like 4 days, I didn't buy any. And then yesterday I got like 3 because they were like, hey, it's free.
See, now free is good. And I really can't complain because, like I was saying to my husband too, okay, I don't go clothes shopping anymore because I'm pretty much at home and the birds and the cats really don't give a carp what I'm wearing. And I got cute little things to do my videos with. So I'm covered there. I've been cutting my own hair for decades, so I don't spend on hairdressing. I just colored my hair for the first time in 3 years, and I color it at home, so saved on that. There's like a whole ton of other stuff I don't buy, so basically books are my shopping. But now I just got to figure out when to read them. Must be past 300. Now, there's the other thing. So this will have to just be physical books because if we count ebooks and audio, Ven's got me beat hands down because I don't have either of those. My starting stats scare me.
Yeah, I just counted mine this morning and wow.
Now, is that like your TBR in that or?
I was trying to see like how many unread ebooks I have at the start of the year. I know it's going to go up, but we're going to try to get some down by staying off Kindle Unlimited. Maybe. It's not my fault. They're sending me, free books. That would just be financially stupid to not get a free book.
Well, and you can get some good deals. And I think it was Greg was saying he got what was it? The Stand? It was one of the big chunker Stephen King's free. Oh, It. His copy of It. I'm like, damn, can't turn that down.
Please.
I mean, I wouldn't read it on a Kindle, but for those who do.
225. Oh, that's probably how many I got last year if I could get it to sort by year. So just going, how many books do I have that are unread?
Hey, and that reminds me, Ven, do you have a voice back? He was on his live stream so long I saw his post. His voice is like, kaput. Dude, done. And then I couldn't resist because, every once in a while he has those old comments. So I'm like, dude, you're getting older. You can't keep up like you used to. Gotta pace yourself. I started 2020.
Your unread is more than my whole library.
It's those damn sales. Hey, my thrift store has sales, but holy geez, even I don't have that. Then Ven almost has his voice back.
Jeez, I thought my 816 was bad.
See, I think
I still need to do my starting stats video, but I haven't really felt like recording. So I'm like, we might just be posting like cat videos and stuff next week. We'll see. I have my Grimm's Tale, and that's it. I'm like, I need to do like a December wrap up and a starting year TBR. And my unhaul, I'm like, nah, I ain't got much. But I don't feel that bad about like my books because pretty much the only things I buy myself are used books. They're never new. And Halloween stuff a couple times a year. That's literally every other penny I have goes to paying bills and stuff for the dogs. So like,
and the kiddos, yeah.
You know what? When I live with someone that doesn't feel bad about buying beer and cigarettes every day, I'm allowed to spend, I should not feel guilty spending $20 a month on myself.
Exactly.
I deserve it for not punching out supervisors that are clearly begging for it.
See, it's happy shopping like I did with that one book spree. Stress shopping, had to go. So Ven finished work early, felt sorry for me. Aww. Oh, yeah, because he's on holidays now. That's sweet.
No, I didn't get to go home when I had no voice. So mine was, last time I lost my voice was because I got to go to a concert.
Oh, there you go. See, a good reason. Just do the pick post like I did. Those numbers sobered me up real fast.
I might have to because, oh my gosh. Apparently, I'm very bad at like books. I started doing a TBR challenge with myself in 2023, and I'm like, I only have 63 books. I read 47 and ended the year with I had 87 to go. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be good. I only bought 37 books last year, and I read 63, so I should have a smaller one, right?
Yep.
No, I have 124, not counting the Dean Koontz and stuff that I left in here. I'm like, they're all staying together. I'll get to them when I get to them. But my TBR bookcase still has 124.
Wow.
And I read 63 books. Or DNF'd on some of them.
Yes,
they're off the shelf.
I haven't figured mine out yet. And to be honest, that's part of why I still don't have my shelves organized. Because I'm thinking, okay, do I want to set up, because I've got the 20 books that I need to finish from 2024. Well, actually, 17 or something like that, and 3 from 2023. So I have those 20 books that I'll call my currently reading. So I need to put those somewhere. So when I'm browsing what to read, it's like, maybe I should look at that cube. But then I have all my book events books that I'm planning. So like I want the Wheel of Time, and then I know I'll be doing Ghosts and Spooky Skeleton and Horror Mayhem and all of those events. There's a bunch with Gareth because he's doing a book club, one book every 2 months. And then I'm like, okay, well, do I put all those in one spot? But what if I want to read some of those before the event happens? Do I keep them all by subject and then just pull them out? And then I just get overwhelmed and go, nobody's coming through my house to see my books here and there and all. So I'll figure it out at some point. But yeah, so I don't know if and I'm just going to move that over. I don't know if I'm going to set up like a TBR cube because I have so many different subjects. If I do that, then how do I know if I still have room to put them in the subject? So like my astronomy cube is full. But if I pull some of those out, then I get other books or my astrology and numerology and that. And it's like, I don't know.
Like, I like the idea of subjects. And for me, it kind of works. I'm like, hey, half my like urban fantasy like vampires all have very similar last names. So I'm like, this is my smart alecky vampire section. I didn't plan it, but they all have like HA names, so they just end up together anyway. Like, it's like I would be like, I want to read this. I don't remember who it was by. Did I categorize it as this, or this? It kind of falls into like a range. Like, we're just going by the name because I can always remember like who wrote it. But I can't remember like it's always fun on Goodreads. I'm like, y'all call it this, but I like, yeah, it has romance in it, but I ignore that and focus on this character is a major smart ass, and that's its selling point to me. I ignore the other crap easily. So well, this is not a romance to me. This is a don't piss off the pixie.
Well, and that's why I find, for the same reason you're saying, because some people were saying they do their books alphabetically, like by author or title. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking, okay, I could do that, but I've got so many different subjects and genres. What if I can't remember who wrote it? And I'm not sure that I'd have to look through all of my bookshelves all the time. Whereas this way, if I want astronomy, cool, I know I look in here. And then if I set up a TBR thing, I'd be like, well, shite, then I'm going to forget that it's in there. And maybe I should read that before I read this again. And it's like, I just overthink some things, I swear. My voice lasted long enough to let me have a... Yeah, I heard how many times you dropped The Alchemist. You're like such a character, dude. Every time I showed up, suddenly there was something about The Alchemist.
That's when you just yell cookies.
But I don't think you were in there. I think you might have left when I got him good. And I actually got shushed. Do you remember that, Jenny? He was not respecting his elders. Hi, book thing.
Get him for us, Jenny.
I got shushed.
You're divorced.
He was talking about a book and how, you know, when you're always picking on someone, you actually like them. So I made...
we're kindergarten boys. Okay.
No, so I perhaps made a comment about perchance he really enjoys the character Feyre, because like he's always slamming her. And then I saw him look down at the comments and I heard a you shush. And I'm like, oh, let me guess who that's directed at, which of course, you know, was moi. But Jenny told him he needs to respect his elders. And, you know, I don't think it worked. And then, of course, I couldn't resist the, you know, I'd give you heck. But now that I know you're an ant, I'd get a crook in my neck because, you know, I'd be looking up like this.
That's when you wait for him. Like, all right, he's looking forward. He won't see it coming.
That's right.
Like, don't mess with the little ones. You won't see us coming, and we're the perfect height for a really painful shot.
Or get them in the knees or the ankles. Don't have a TBR. It would stress me out. See, that's what I'm thinking, because it would be doubled, and then I'd miss the books in the back. And what if I want the book in the back? Like, it's very complex, this putting books on a shelf, I tell you. But I'd still not just
people that do it by color. That's the ones that I'm like, oh. How does your brain work that you can find anything?
Exactly.
like, yeah, that's pretty, but I would never find it. And it bothers, like when I have books in a series, I want to read it start to finish. So I can't do it alphabetical because what if that title certainly it has to be chronological or it bothers me. I'm like, that's just how my like certain books, like it doesn't have to be because I'm like, all right, it's each a contained story, but it's still like I want it in chronological order.
Yeah. See, the wheel.
Then I'm gonna go pull up Goodreads and be like, all right, which one was which? Crap! Now I gotta go find the green section. Which shade of green was that?
Yeah, and then with some of them, you'd get into: is this fuchsia? Is it pink? You know, all that kind of. So Jenny,
I'm gonna go have to find my gay best friend and go, can you help me organize this? I don't know my colors enough. I'm not good enough at being girly to know my colors. It's some kind of a reddish, pinkish, purplish. What color is it?
Exactly. My currently reading picks for this year is 342. Why am I so chaotic compared to everyone else? Well, I don't know how many. Oh no, wait. My currently reading is only 20 because I have been keeping track in my book, and I find that much easier than Goodreads because I can just open it at a glance and see. So I'm going to start doing my monthly summaries again. Because when I first started my book, because my plan in January 2022 was to read all the books I own. That I'm still got that, but I didn't plan on buying 200 books in 2024, which I was actually laughing with my husband in 2021, the year of COVID. Is it 2021? I bought 2 books. 2. That's it. I was so proud of myself. And they both came through Amazon because COVID. And I'd read both of them through the library. One was Super Alchemy Cookbook. So it relates the steps of alchemy with food, which I thought was kind of a cool read. And then the other one is Crystal Reiki. So combines using crystals with Reiki and placement and stuff. Those were the only 2 books that I bought. I did so good. And 2024, I blew that in the last 5 years out of the water. Like, I'm definitely not going shopping until March.
How do you have 342 books and keep them straight is what I want to know. I mean,
Well,
I've got like 5 going, and I still am like, all right, I cannot pick up another one until I finish one of these. Or I decide it's crap and I ditch it. Like, I'm a mood reader, but still it's like, all right, I got this mood covered on Kindle and this mood covered in a physical book. And then fairy tales don't count. I will be reading my Grimm's book for like 5 years. That's just, at this point, that's just unwritten. It's on there.
Little man's busy.
He's cussing out the neighbors. JB's sneaking around.
There you go. Chaos means you're really creative.
Accidentally by series.
If I started counting my unread, I'd have to write it down to remember. Wrote it down, it'd be found. If it was found, I'd be divorced.
That's only if you don't have something on them. You can divorce me for this, but I'll divorce you for that. And then we both have to start paying rent, and nobody can afford that in this economy.
Well, see, my husband, because he's an ebook guy, because he's got a thing with his hands as well, and it's easier for him to hold a tablet than some of the books, especially like the chunkers and stuff. And so we were chatting the other day because he just went and got a Kobo card because he just uses his tablet and plays games, reads his books and stuff. And I'm like, just out of curiosity, how many books do you have? And I can't remember how much it was, but it's more than me with the physical books. You just can't see his in the house. So, yeah, it'd be like, well, I'd need more book cubes or bookcases and to cover that. Only in theory, no one will ever read my stuff to see if it's true. He shushed us out. That's right. And it was funny.
That's how come I can't buy ebooks. I'm like, it's gonna get lost because it's on my phone in an app. I can't see it. Would you stop eating that, you butthead?
It's gotta be JB.
That's why you were throwing up earlier. Stop eating plants.
Yeah, see, that's why I don't have mini roses, because Tiki ate half the little bush. Like, it was just a little bush like this, but she ate all the flowers, then the leaves. I'm like, seriously.
This butthead, I have one of the only type of lime trees that has thorns on it. And they have delicate little rose thorns. No, they're that long. They will freaking stab you. Ooh. He nuzzles it.
Nice little scratch.
That's why he's not allowed outside. He is too dumb to survive.
Excuse me. Then I don't read series from start to finish Leave big gaps between reading them. Sometimes read out of order anyway. Dude, you buy them out of order. You do that on purpose.
I mean, I do that sometimes, but that's because I find random ones at used bookstores. You don't have a whole series in order at a used bookstore.
Yeah.
So, hey, this looks cool. It's $3. I'm bringing it home. And then, with my Sigma Force, you can do that because it's basically like you'll spoil who's banging who and whatnot. But the overall story is, hey, there are some bad guys trying to destroy the world. We're going to take them out. And then the next book is a whole nother thing.
Right.
And then there's ones that are like, well, crap, this is actually a continuous 5-piece thing, and I accidentally picked up 2 and 3. So now I can't start this series until I find book 1, and I don't know how long that's going to take. Like, one of the books I was planning to read this month, I just realized, like, this is book 2 in the fantasy trilogy. You can't start on book 2 in a fantasy. So that book's just going to sit there for another decade or so until I find the first one.
Well, see, I was lucky, excuse me, that I found the first 2 Dresden Files, and I kept those up here. I took my fiction books downstairs, so where I was doing the live stream last time, and I need to set up that bookcase. But I thought, well, I can't take the Dresden Files down because, well, I'm going to want to start reading those soon. Stephen King and a few of the others can wait, and Wilbur, and see again, and that took me forever to decide what I was taking downstairs. So, yeah, I have to catch up. Okay, Jenny. It's partially how I ended up so many series, commitment issues. Accidentally buy series, and see, that's what, Wheel of Time, I just didn't expect it to be so long, but I am really, even starting the series again, I'm looking forward to it because there were a lot of characters I really liked in the story. Haven't started all of them, all the books, each of my monthly TBRs. See, and with ACOTAR, because I did listen to part of book 3 because I could get it as audio before book 2. And then I'm like, wait, there's too many gaps here. I don't know how she ended up with the douche Rysand, but like, there's something, I don't know, someone who like abuses you to get you to ask for help, and he's not really much better than Tamlin. But now I got to finish the series because of Noah and that Nesta comment, because I got to know what she's all about. Like,
you need to find out how much he has to be punished for his insubordination.
I need to know if I have to pick on Noah or say thank you. Bought a book cheap in August. Book 9 of a series. Oh my gosh. And see that, yeah. See, that's why I really watch too. And I need to start that King Arthur one, because at my thrift store, I've been looking at it numerous times. And there's, I don't know how many books to the whole series. And it's sort of like Sarah J. Maas's books, that there's one set, but then there's another set. But I think there's some overlap between the two. And I'm like, you don't have the whole set here. I know me. If I don't know how it ends, I'm going to be a very unhappy little camper. So if I don't start it, then it won't be an issue. So we'll see. I've got book 1 to find out if I even like how this series goes. Because, yes, Jenny, I can DNF. I'm going to be turning 61. Life is shorter. Not wasting time on crap books. Too many other books to read at the moment.
I'm 37, but still, do you know how many books there are in the world? There might be a lot of good ones I could get my hands on. Exactly. If I'm not wasting it reading it that I don't freaking like. That's why I will not be finishing the After Iron Flame. Like, nope, that one ticked me off. I'm not continuing.
Well,
Ven's know how it ends, but we'll ask Noah.
Well, or Ven's continuing, and he'll read it faster than Noah. The only thing is, will the Chaos Gremlin tell us what happens?
Oh, well. I'll get a passport one day, so you better watch it.
So Jenny's, wondering if Ben's going to finish the series. No idea. Can't remember what the book was called.
Abigail was not a lot of interested then.
Nice surprise when you find it.
That's how I feel about my ebooks. Oh, I didn't know I had that one. Oh, I downloaded it 7 years ago and still haven't read it. Like, they offered me a free book the other day and I went to download it. They're like, you bought this book in like September of 2020. I did? I still haven't read it.
Yeah, see? Now
I lost it. That's why I refuse to pay for a book more than 99 cents that I'm not going to read immediately.
Yeah, well, and that makes sense. And see, I've only bought 2 books twice. 2? I think it's only 2. One this year during my hauls, which I'm really surprised. I bought Pyramid Quest twice. And yes, it is one of my slasher books for the murder part 2. Because I was going to unhaul it. And then I'm like, wait a minute. This is one of my big Da Vinci Code Ancient Egypt spiral books. So I can keep one all nice. And I can slice up the other one, which will make it easier to figure out references and books and cut out pictures and do a journal type thing. So that'll be in the slasher movie, along with Refuse to Choose by Barbara Shear, because I got a copy in immaculate condition. The spine's all pretty. The book's not written in. Mine is. So I'm going to slash that one up to file in, put it in files because I want to redo it and do a series on YouTube for that. So that'll be the other book in the slasher movie. And then I've got 3 art books that are going to be sliced, dice, and cut them up because it'll be easier to do the tracing, to use those items for artwork because I'm not Alan. I can draw like that, but I can trace good. And I got my little kid Crayola board with the light behind it. So you just put the paper on it and another paper, and then you can trace and hopefully not screw it up. But I can't cut a straight line, so we'll see how I do with tracing.
Love it.
Okay, so some are bad at advertising, part of a series. And yes, I do agree with that. Ebooks don't even count. 25% free, practically free. Yep. Indeterminate, been acquired, unclear. Happens
I
to
like
me.
unclear.
Poking around Kindle, books I'd forgotten. Yeah, see, I really don't know how you guys and gals do that because I'm sadly out of sight, out of mind. So when I look at my physical books, I'm like, okay, yeah, I haven't read that. Yeah, I'd be interested in that. If I had to scroll through to find my titles, I'd be pooched. I mean, even at the thrift store, sometimes, depending on the author, I have to be careful. And I'll pass up a book because I'm like, I think I have that because I don't have something on my phone to just, I either need to start a book or just look for particular books and behave myself. If it's not on the list, it's a don't buy. Because I mean, I don't mind donating to the store because it's a good cause, goes for employee wages and, programs and different things. And I was actually on a placement there with one of my students. So, I mean, it's a great organization. But on the other hand, I don't want to slice and dice a whole bunch of books either, or just, buy them to unhaul them, that kind of. So, yeah, sometimes I find that if I had to remember ebooks, I'd be screwed. Like I would have and with the numbers of books you guys have, I'd be done like dinner.
That's why I only get freebies. And I've started keeping a list of my Dean Koontz ones because the other times I've been like, dang it, I didn't buy that one when they had it, or I bought that one and I should have got the other one. I'm like, yeah, I have like 30 of them. I cannot keep them straight. And even with, I have Andy McDermott, I'm like, dang it, it was at the back of my bookshelf and I thought I didn't have it. And then when I went to organize, I'm like, I got 2 of both of these. Like some of the duplicates I have because they were like, I bought them and then somebody bought them for me. Or, on one case, I'm like, I pre-ordered it and then they lost it in the mail.
Oh.
So I'm like, fine, cancel it, reorder it, and I got it. They eventually found it like 2 weeks later, so now I have 2 of them.
Yeah.
My ebooks, I'm just like, yeah, I set it to like show me only unread books, and I'll skim a little bit and go, I'm in the mood for this. And slowly clear it out so I might eventually get to the really old ones, because otherwise I'd be, all right, scroll. 15 minutes later, I'm like, I kind of want to read that one, but I kind of want to read that one. And now I got like 6 options, and I lost those first 3 that I was thinking I might want to read. So just the first one that looks interesting, I'm like, all right, we're downloading that for now. Hi, Sue.
So Ven made a priority TBR. Having the buying ban is helping keeping it in order. Well, when you like go with the ban, try a buying ban. Feel sad. All the books needing bought. Yeah, and see, remember you said about trying a series yesterday. But you also said 2025 is the year you're going to rein that in, girl.
You have to finish or learn to DNF before you can go buying more. Unless it's on a really good sale. Buy 1 book, see if you like it, and then you can get the rest of the series.
See, and
no buying 15 books and going, ew, I hated the first one, but now I have to read it.
And that's why I can't do a book buying ban thing, because I'd get that 50% off Goodwill and it'd be like, no, and boom, that'd be the end of that. See, bookaholic. I seriously need to write a 12-step program for book buying.
See, I'm safe because mine is an hour away and I can't drive. So yeah, I haven't gone to the bookstore since September.
Whoa, girl, I bought plenty of books for both of us since then. Mine's around the corner. And this time just for giggles, because, I mean, my bookstore is my big outing. Through the week, I'm home, and because I don't drive anymore. And so my big outing is going to the bookstore. But last weekend, the big hoo-ha, well, actually, no, it was through the week because my husband just went back to work today. He'd been off for a week. And so we went out and went to Michael's. That was fun. I got all the fancy paper and pens that actually work on black paper. So I'm not buying those from Amazon anymore. Theirs didn't work.
Buttheads.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm screwed with Amazon since, ugh.
What do you use?
I pretty much, all I do is Amazon, except for like my used books. I do second sale and thrift books. Because second sale almost always has like a buy 3 get 1 free.
Nice.
But the problem with that is then you have to know what you want. So, and since it's all used stuff, like, yay, they haven't had what I've wanted. So that ends up being like, nope, I'm not paying shipping. So I'm going to have to wait till they have the books that I want, and then they don't have them. So I'm like, eh. Whereas if I'm in the store, I'm like, well, let's just see what's here. Because I don't have to know what I'm looking for. I just see what there is. And then, get off the shelf because it's half price.
Well, see, and that's what, and I was even saying to my husband, some of the books and authors that he reads, because we read very different things. He's like Patterson, trying to think. I don't know. He reads like a lot of spy mystery stuff.
He reads more like me.
Yeah, he does actually, because there's a lot of the Kessler. I think he reads, and he read. He liked the Bourne series. Grisham. Used to read a lot of Grisham. But I was saying to him, and the funny thing is, some of the books he's reading would actually be cheaper at the thrift store because they're $5, whether it's hardcover or paperback. And a few of his on Kobo are a bit more than that. But okay, we're going to catch up with comments. Then
How is the
new
ebook work?
releases.
Buy book thing.
Oh, I missed someone. Bye. Sorry. See, this is why I'm trying to catch up. So he's only, see, you can tell Ven's making more money now. Only new releases and indies this year. Reminds me,
he's going for the expensive
authors.
stuff. Fancy.
Sounds rude. Hope they give consent.
Can't just randomly poke folks anymore, Van.
Yeah. I know. You have to be careful watching what you say with should provide safe words. Have a dozen folders. Oh my goodness. And again, old school. If it's files, I can keep track. Folders. This is why some of my pet videos end up late, because I'll go, oh, Tiki did this. Oh, Panther was doing that. Shit, what folder do I have that in? Wait, how can I organize these? Do I do it all three of them? Do I do it by event? So that's the next thing I've got to get organized. Based on some of the scenes, would have been a natural next step.
I don't know what that's about anymore.
Neither, Ben. We're behind. Hey, Sue. Sorry it took so long to say hi.
Gareth and Dave.
Yeah. I'll be going on to town, see the
It ain't gonna hold
up. I thought you were going to the thrift store. Going to wait for the flooding to go. Yeah, that's yikes.
Wait, flooding? I missed something there.
I'm guessing they got a lot of rain up his way if there's flooding. See, I don't watch the news and stuff, so yeah, it's good last year.
The news just makes me go, why is this not legal? But that thing is.
Yeah, I just avoid the news. I see the headlines on YouTube and go, yeah, no, that would just, my ponytail would blow off or something. So I just, nope.
Like, I'll hear about it from the idiots at work tomorrow.
Whatever.
Yeah, I had one that was angry at feminists for making her have to leave the house to vote and get a job. I'm like, there's no law that says that. And, you could have just not voted. I would have been okay because I know how you voted and you're an idiot. They were right to say you're too dumb to have that right.
Sue,
I'm staying out the headlines because I'm already mad at real world that I have to interact with. I don't need extra anger.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I have trouble with classics. Like, this is well written. I hate all of you people.
So Sue doing good using her library and Kindle Unlimited, which is excellent. I actually just put 4 or 5 books on hold through the library. Couldn't get book 2 of Akatar. Ticks me off. I can get book 3 and 4. I need book 2. Like, is everyone just at book 2 right now? But I also, and Kat, will have to come up with the date for Vampire Chronicles.
Yes.
So I got Lestat coming because I haven't read that one in ages. So I want to read it again and I'll make notes. But yeah, think of a date when you want to start because I want it. Yeah, I know. See, this year I'm just going to keep uber busy and block out the world. So I'm doing Wheel of Time, Vampire Chronicles, Dune sometime after April when, because I know Farah's reading, the Bell, Hunchback, Notre Dame. That's it. And
I can't wait to hear how that one goes compared to the movie.
Yeah, I'm curious about that one as well. So yeah, definitely up for Vampire Chronicles. So whenever you want to start, let me know. And
that might be a good one for like March because I know Alan wanted to do Dean Koontz before I do their show in February. Because screw Valentine's Day, Halloween Part 2. So I always do horror then, and then there's so much freaking horror because I always do Summerween. There's Horror Mayhem. the Gremlins did like a July horror or
Don't Die
something.
July.
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna be sprinkling it in all throughout. And so that just fits for like everything.
Perfect.
But we'll start that one off in March. Be like, haha, leprechauns and vampires.
Sounds good. And that March is March Mystery Madness. I'm not sure if they're doing that again this year or not. So that's when I'll be reading
mysteries anyway.
Yeah, well, that's when I'll be reading Kathy Reich's The Forensic Scientist, because she's not quite as gross as the other one. Yeah. Okay, so we lost the book thing. Need to use library more this year. Oh, okay. Bye. People saying bye. Excuse me, my throat's going. Part of the going to town. It's the worst thing is it's allergies, and I'm starting to think I'm just allergic to my house because we've got snow and cold, and it's just allergies. I'm congested, my ears are itching, and it's like, I don't know. It's bizarre.
That is just rude. Allergies are supposed to be gone in December.
Yeah, I agree. That way I don't have to take Arius.
Mm-hmm. But it's crazy. Like it was almost like it was high 50s last week. Next week, we're supposed to be in the teens for highs. Like, pick a freaking season, and it should not change week to week. Like, it says it's winter.
Yeah.
But it was spring last week. Like, we still had stuff thinking about it. And now it's supposedly going to snow Sunday, so I might get extra screwed on hours next week. Because if we don't get a minimum 24, we don't get that work share. So, it's like, hey, we screwed you out of 16 hours, but here's $60. But only if you get 24 hours, which is all they're going to give us.
Yeah.
So nice. Roads ice over. I'm like, I'm not dying trying to get to work for an 8-hour shift. So, crap. I'll be out of the 8 hours plus the $60.
Yeah, that sucks. Well, and Jenny's saying, so we got snow 1 week late. We actually
got snow. Yeah. Ours, it's going to snow, which means I'm going to get an inch of ice and maybe a dusting over it.
Well, see, we had finally a white Christmas for the first time in a while, so the snow stayed. Then we had rain.
Rude.
Exactly, because it's not supposed to be green in my backyard in December. That's just not right. And, well, it's been snowing again the last few days, but not a massive accumulation. So, yeah. And temperatures up, down, like, you don't know from one day to the next what to even try. New Year's, horrendous. Oh, burst canal banks.
Oh, geez.
Very few areas left. Oh, feet underwater. I remember what that was like. My feet were underwater in my basement last year.
That is crazy.
That's scary bad, and might have snow on Monday. Like, yikes. But I mean, feet of water compared to my feet. Oh, yeah.
I'm too short to be having feet of water. I'd be stuck.
And especially with canal banks bursting, like that's yikes, scary. Wait, there's a movie. Okay, Ven's having a conversation of his own. I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh, what movie? You know you don't watch movies. Who are you?
It could be allergic to the hubby, but the funny thing is, because yesterday was his final day of his vacation, and we ended up only watching 2 of the Hobbit movies, partly because he's a napper. So, he was napping in the afternoon. I was hopping around between live streams.
Lightweight.
Yeah. So I'm like, did you have good holidays? And he's like, yeah, they were good. And he's like, you didn't want to kill me. So that always makes it positive.
That you know of, because otherwise it would be premeditated, and that has a bigger sentence.
Well, there's that. But when I used to work, and so school, I'd be off for like the 2 weeks. And I do good on YouTube, and, interact with people. I don't interact with many humans off YouTube other than my hubby and a few other people. Like today was crazy social. I was talking to a friend for Happy New Year and we caught up. I had a friend over for tea and now I'm on a live stream. That's like a lot of people for me these days. But when I was in school, I was surrounded by hundreds of students and staff all day. When I get home, I don't want to be having no human. I need me 2 hours. I need my 1 hour of nature. And when it was holidays, I need 2 days where I don't interact with anybody about anything on a phone or anywhere. And damn, if every year didn't he take his vacation that first week out of my 2 weeks off? I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, do you have a death wish? Seriously. And then, of course, because he's a napper, there's only some things I can do in the afternoons because I can't, go decluttering and moving stuff because he's sleeping.
Oh, he'll sleep through it. Guys look at a pillow and fall asleep. Like, I can hit the roommate and he will piss me off because he will keep snoring, which makes me want to hit him again because he didn't notice it.
And the hubby is the same. And yes, he's asleep when his head hits the pillow, but he's a light sleeper.
So not if you put a pillow on top of him too.
Well, I've thought of it. Some days I've thought of it. I mean, 37 years, trust me. And he's probably the same because we're both high maintenance, which is why we work. No one else could put up with us, but we can put up with each other. But when I'm on doing a live stream, so I'm in the living room, the bedroom's like way down the house. Not that I have a massive mansion or anything. It's just a few rooms down. But because I talk loud when I'm doing a live stream, he'll have a nap downstairs because even with the door closed, he can hear me through the door. I'm like, dude, seriously. And he's like, you're loud. I'm like, whatever. Like, you can't sleep through that? No. So, I mean, if that keeps him up, trying to do other stuff is not good when you have a morning person. He's up at 4 a.m. I'm like, don't even think of waking me up at that ungodly hour. You watch the sunset and tell me about it. I'll let you know, or sunrise. I'll let you know what the sunset looked like and the stars up until like 2, 3 in the morning. That's good. So how we haven't smothered each other yet is amazing.
Kind of like I growl at Franny in the mornings because the idiot gets up at 4 a.m. And then she refuses to acknowledge that weekends exist and go, hey, you forgot to set your alarm this morning, so get up and give me my treat. And I growl at her. And she follows me around and just like, all right, fine, I've had my griller, I've had my thing. I'm having a nap now. I'm like, yeah. No, you woke me up and I can't fall asleep. You think you're gonna sleep now? Oh no, you're not. I am closing that door. Because her and JB will go flop out in the middle of the bed. But I'm not allowed to close my library door because I'll be getting yelled at by all three of them. But hey, when we need to investigate and hey, I need to be sneaky and try to eat something in here. Yes. You close the door. What is it? It's like, fine, I'll let this door be open only when I'm in it. But you woke me up on my day off and you think you're getting a nap? No, Franny, wake up. So she was like, fine, I'll just tuck you in, but you're not going to sleep. Whereas little man will sleep all day and then all night. And the other human, I'm like, yeah, you'll be in the garage outside and you have your headphones on staring at your phone so you don't have to acknowledge my existence anyway. So shut up. He can't hear. Like, you can't hear me. You have your big over-the-ear headphones on at literally all times. I don't care. I'll be as loud as I want. I gotta attempt to make money somehow, and it ain't through going to work. Clearly.
See,
like, mine doesn't work. I actually lie.
Yeah, mine doesn't wear headphones. So like I say, when he's home and doing the nappy nap, and I've never been a napper. It's probably when I spent most of the time in the corner in kindergarten. It's like, no, I got things to do. I ain't laying down having no stupid sleep in the afternoon. They don't do that in schools anymore, probably because they found out there were a lot of problematic children like me of, no, I'm at school. I ain't sleeping. I don't trust you people. Screw that action. Yes.
I didn't sleep when I was little. Now I'm like, I'm trying to catch up with all the naps I didn't take in kindergarten. Leave me alone. Now I love my naps. I will shank you. Go away. Apparently, no, I'm not supposed to sleep at school and work. Like, I'd be nicer if y'all let me sleep and snuggle puppy. Do you want me to be nice or do you want me to be conscious in here? You got two options.
Yeah, I can't do naps. They've never been my thing. But see, and Sue has worse allergies in the winter as well. So could just be the weather. Ooh, 78 in Southern California. 30 degrees at night.
So it sounds like New Mexico then. When I was in California, I was in Northern California. Very different climate.
Yeah, I mean, that's a massive drop from our temperatures drop, but like not that drastic.
Oh yeah, that's like some desert level stuff where 78 sounds warm, but no, it's not. Not when it's dry.
Now, there's an interesting, Jenny, maybe your allergies part of the winter, because I do have SADS, seasonal affective disorder, or maybe I'm just defective. But yeah, maybe that because we all have our quirks. But it could be because I've noticed, the last couple of years, and see, I didn't realize that was part of it because I do get really moody if we haven't seen. Now, the funny thing is, I'll get worse if I can't see the night sky and it's always cloudy. I can kind of manage without the sun, but I like the sun. But I'll get a lot rangier and gnarly if I can't see the stars or the moon. So yeah, that kind of stuff really. So I don't know, maybe part of it, because and I never used to have seasonal allergies up until a few years ago when someone was going on about, oh, you should try echinacea. And then a couple of years later, I had a reaction. I'm like, oh, for Pete's sakes. And now I have them all the time. It's like, yikes. It's okay where I am. Oh, okay, so this is for alongside the ship canal. But even that was, yikes, close to overflowing. Only ever known that go over once in my life. Wow. Hopefully it stays. There's a 4 a.m. There is. I rarely see it. There is. Oh, yeah. See, because when he goes to work at 5 up today. My hubby.
That's when I get woke up.
Monday to Sunday. Dude just automatically, without an alarm clock, is awake at 4. Which is not a bad thing because because he gets up, feeds the kids, he's awake anyway. Xena gets her insulin at 5 in the morning. So he'll stay up on the weekend and then get a few more hours after she's got her insulin. But even then he's up by like 7:30. And that plan didn't work out too bad because then he's home by dinner and she gets her insulin again at 5 p.m. because they eat their dinner and she gets her insulin. It became problematic when he ended up in the hospital a year and a half ago for emergency gallbladder surgery because they're like, oh, yeah, we'll get you right in and you can be home tomorrow. So we're like, okay, Zena's got to, and she won't let me give her insulin. She's just not good with me in a needle. So we're like, okay, get this figured out. And the odd time they can miss, and he was supposed to be home in the morning. I get a call in the morning. Well, he's not doing as well as we expected, so he's going to have to stay today. It's like shite. So Xena, bless her heart, knew Daddy wasn't home. Mommy doesn't like needles, but Mommy has to give little girl her insulin. So I'm like, because you have to pull up the skin, and because it just goes in the skin, you don't jab her. And Lord love her, she just laid there for 5 minutes and she's like, quit pinching me and just stick the damn thing in, Mom. So we managed for 2 days, but I had to set the alarm to wake up at 4 in the morning to feed her. I'm like, nurses. But yeah, he's fine. His gallbladder was good. Got him in time because he came home from work and he's like, I don't feel so good. And got him. Thankfully, I was driving then. Got him to the hospital, and well, then he was home 3 days later. It's like yikers.
And the bill was more than most of our houses.
Do you know what our bill? Do you know what our bill was? See this? That's a goose egg. I live in a country with universal health care. Didn't cost us nothing, not his meds because he has benefits through work, and no hospital stay cost. And I dropped him off, so no ambulance cost. I think the ambulance here is $35, maybe $40. But yeah, no fee for him going to the hospital. That's all covered as part of our taxes. Yes.
Ours just paying, crooked people's loopholes.
Yeah. Well, there's that. 4 hours, acceptable amount night. Yeah. I don't even know.
When I was in my 20s.
Yeah. I don't even know how you stood up at work the other day, Ven. After our 4-hour live stream, he had 90 minutes of sleep and then went to work. Like, he's a crazy man.
I would have either fallen asleep or attacked somebody. And they called me fat, so I thought they were suicidal. And then dare them to, try to refute it.
Jenny, 4 hours every 6 would do me great. See, another napper. Napping's horrible. Yeah. This is what we may not agree on ACOTAR and Fourth Wing, but we do agree on napping. If I nap, I'm done. Like, I may have had plans before I went for a nap, but if I nap, my evening's shot. I may as well just I'm done. I'm not re-energized like other people. My husband is, but napping does not work for me. See, I maintain that.
Like, I did, now if it's a short nap, that just makes me more tired and pisses me off. But a good 2 to 3 hours, all right, I got some energy. Now I'm not going to go to bed tonight because now I'm going to go have a dance rehearsal in the hallway. But if it's a short, 45 minutes, an hour, now I'm just pissed off because I'm tired and you interrupted me mid-nap. I need my cat naps. Dang it.
See, and it's been pretty good the last few years. It's amazing how many things have improved since I left work, other than my finances. Good thing I lead a simple life. But
only 200 books.
Yeah, that's right. At the thrift store. And I save. But I was saying, I was saying to my friend, but yeah, since I left work, it's amazing how much better my health is. If not for this damn lumbar, I'm in perfect health. Freaking perfect health. I just have trouble moving and sitting. And, if my spine gives out, I'm screwed because I need someone to push my vertebrae in so my legs work. It's awesome. It's why I don't drive anymore. It's just not worth the risk of something happening in the car, or worse, I'm in a store. Because if my husband freaked out, I'd hate to see what strangers would do. Is I'd be going, no, you got to push right here so that the vertebrae connects with the nerve. And they'd be spazzing out.
No. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Yeah. But so my insomnia. Yeah. My insomnia is better. But if I wake up, I'm up. It's going to take me another freaking hour to get back to sleep. So I don't go to bed unless I'm totally zonkered. And hopefully from the time I leave the kitchen till the time I go to bed, I'm still tired. Because sometimes by the time I get there, I'm awake. It's like, no! I had this
That's why I
plan
sleep so good on
properly.
the couch.
Exactly.
Like, I'm
There's no
tired. If I get up and go to bed, now I'm awake and I'm going to lay there for 2 hours trying to fall asleep. And then about the time I fall asleep, somebody's going to want to go out to pee, or they're going to go, hey, the other human is still sleeping in the other room. So get up and you'll have to get in the same room. Like, shut up. You're not waking that idiot up. You're just waking me up. And now I got another 2 hours to go to sleep. By the time I fall asleep, the dummy's alarm is going to go off an hour before mine was set to go off. And so now I got to go put up with idiots for 10 hours on 2 hours of sleep. This is not a day job. I need my sleep if I'm not going to stab someone with my pen. Shut up. So I'm just sleeping on the couch. It keeps everyone alive.
And that's happened because our TV's downstairs, and so we've got our futon stretched out so you can get all comfy watching TV. And I've fallen asleep, and my hubby, when he's heading up, wakes me up. Really, dude? Really? Because now I'm awake. I've come upstairs. I'm awake. It's like,
I moved. Like, I'm awake. Somebody's going to pay for this. Like, oh, you woke me up and now you think you're going to sleep? Oh, no, honey. Revenge. But I don't like coffee, and caffeine makes me sick.
Ben's trying to get in.
Is only unacceptable if you get caught and they're not too afraid to rat you out.
Ben's trying to get in good. I'm not defective, just a custom model. That's for the shush comment yesterday, no doubt. Yep, I perk up during the long nights and short days. I like the night. I need sun before I get into the night, so I can't be all vampire. Prefer the winter to the summer, dislike the heat. If it's dry and below freezing, I'm happy. Whoa. Yeah,
heat is evil.
Having to pay baffles me. Well, having to pay for the hospital baffles me, so we're both in different countries. But yeah, see, you and Lily would get along. She finally came in again the other day for about 10 minutes. And then she's like, no, I'm out of here. And I'm like, girl, you crazy. It's freezing out there. Besties
I prefer the cold to the heat, but I don't want to freeze unless I'm going to get some snow. If it's going to be freezing and I'm not getting snow, I'm pissed off.
Yeah.
It's better than when it's hot. I'm like, I can run around butt naked. That just means I'm sunburned and hot. When it's winter, I can put on some layers.
Exactly. In the heat, you can only take off so much. Jenny, Bestie's a nurse. Dislocated her knee. That had to look gross. But I don't get all these people freaking out, training nurses and a teacher. Oh my God. Well, they would have totally lost their shit when my back gave out. And I was on my hands and knees. We were outside. Thankfully, the universe had my husband home both times this has happened. And so I was outside. I couldn't get my legs to work and I couldn't move. And my husband wasn't far away, thankfully. It took me 10 minutes to get in the house. And I'm like, no, you got to push right here in my back so that the vertebrae moved and everything connected so I could move my legs. But it took me 5 minutes. We had to pause. And then I had 5 minutes to crawl in. And he's like, do you want me to call the ambulance? I'm like, why? They can't do anything but give me an injection for pain. I'm going to crawl to the bed. You're going to go get my pain meds. And you're going to stop freaking out because shit happens. Well, welcome to my life. They can't do anything at the hospital because they're not going to do surgery. There's nothing to do surgery on.
How the heck?
Well, because here's the thing. All right, you know what your vertebrae are like, and they're bumpy, right? So I have 3 that are twisted. 2 go out, 1 goes the other way. Those are parting gifts from my birth mother before I was 3. Yes, I get to remember the bitch
Like,
for the rest of my life until I finally breathe my last. She, however, left on April Fool's Day. I hate that woman whose mother dies after all that on a I can't forget her for the rest of my life. But I'm not going on that tangent. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts. So I have those three twisted vertebrae because you're not supposed to throw infants against fences and other shit and across rooms. Yeah, I don't think every
even
woman
I
should
knew
have.
that.
I think Gloria Vanderbilt was right. Not every woman should have a child. My mother was one of them. I was number 3.
We're glad you're here.
Well, thank you, because my brother is not. So, yeah, this woman should not have had
Screw
children.
him.
Well, I would have had an older brother if not for her. She
Oh, I thought you
she
meant okay.
No. Brought him in the world, took him out of the world, brought me in 5 years later, spent a couple of years trying to take me out. It's like, chick, what the hell?
That's just supposed to be something you say, not something you actually try to do.
Take your damn meds for your issues and stop having kids. Which I've talked to my dad before he passed when I was 34. It's like, dude, what the hell were you thinking? Like, seriously. But anyway, I digress. Oh, so, all right. What was I saying before I got tracked off on? Oh, yeah. So, my back. So, three twisted vertebrae, but I also have something that's called stenosis. And there's a little thing on your vertebrae that your nerves go through to connect to other things. Well, unfortunately, of these 3, one is closing and the gap is getting smaller. And if it continues to get smaller, it will eventually pinch off the nerves and I will have no use of my legs anymore. So what they told me, I think it was in 2009. So however many years that works out, the prognosis was one day I will bend forward and I'll never stand up again. I'll just be forward and that'll be it. That was in 2009. So far I've proved them wrong. I pretty much do everything they said I shouldn't do. I still lift, I still garden, I do it different now. And I do wear my back brace now, which I never had to. So I know it's getting worse, but I take a minimum of meds. I still have a full life. I mention it in my lives and my videos because I know for other people who may hear the prognosis. Oh, yeah, and I have arthritis there too. Because, why just give me one thing?
It wasn't hard to begin with.
Yeah, no. And I have it in my neck too because I have a few fused vertebrae. Thanks, Mom. Love you. So anyway, there's all this, but you know what? I still have to work at being as miserable as some other freaking people who have full health. So, I'm not doing too bad. And like I said, I worked 5 years full time after that prognosis, and I was still doing all kinds of stuff. I don't have to use my cane all the time. I have to wear my back brace now, but that's because it's smart. I can't lift as much as I used to, but I still have a full life on minimum meds. I mean, I know people who have my stuff and they're like living on Percocet and all this other shit that they can barely function. And I'm like, no, thank you. I want quality of life. I don't want to be a stone air cadet for like however much time I have. So it's I could say it's all good until I remember my mom and then I go all dark. But
sometimes you just gotta let the darkness out.
Exactly.
Thankfully, I only have like a week every month where I'm like, yep, it took me 10 minutes to walk across one room. I had to take a break and a breather, and then Franny tried to make my knees go the wrong way while Jamie tried to take me out the other direction. Because their version of help is, how much do we make her trip? It's like, I'm going to weave in and out, and I'm just going to slam 80-pound butt into her legs and see if the knees bend the other way.
See, that's like, I keep saying my kids are trying to kill me. Suddenly I turn around and like Panther's behind my feet, or Tiki, or Xena. It's like, dude, if I go, you're screwed. You won't have anyone to visit with all day long. But I agree with
JB. I'm like,
coffee
stabbing
because
is totally unacceptable if you get caught. I have a pen in my ponytail. I know how to use it. Try me.
I think there was a shirt. Oh yeah, there is. It's with a black cat. And if I ordered from Temu, because it's a soft, fluffy one too, and it's a black cat, and in the saying inside it says coffee because murder's unacceptable. You can throw
That's
coffee.
why I started writing. It's like, I can't kill you in real life, but I can make you a character, and then I don't have to decide how I want to off you. I can just keep renaming you and kill you 10 different ways and get paid for it if I'm lucky.
See, not only did Jenny help me out to get to my 150 unsub video, which I'm going to record tomorrow, but her mom, and I am sorry she's gone, her mom's gone, so she's going to go find mine and give her what for in the afterlife.
Generational connections.
Not on any meds either. Good for you, Sue. No, I was actually, hey, and we're actually caught up with the comments. I was off meds for 2 years pre-COVID because I was going to chiropractor and doing other things and doing my Reiki and aromatherapy and stuff. And then COVID hit and I couldn't get to my appointments. And then I had to start taking some meds again. And then I'm like, oh, shite. So I'm still trying to figure out something that is going to work effectively. And even if I have to stay on minimum meds, I mean, like I say, it's better than some folks I know, but I'd rather try and find something without it. It just, there's a great physio tape that if I have X marks the spot, seems to pull everything where it needs to be. I just have to get some more of it and that. And I mean, I'm careful and mindful of what I do. And, you know, it's a good thing I'm a reader and not a sports player because I'd probably be more miserable. But I can still read with a nerd, you know, messed up back. That's part's good. So, yeah.
This means I don't need to go deal with people because I can't move, but I can hold my book.
That's right. And
bring me more books.
Well, it's funny because my brother-in-law the other day was actually saying, you know, about getting out and, you know, we should go for a coffee or something. I'm like, why? I can sit at home, wear my jammies, and I can talk to people from all over the world, dude. Like, I don't need to go out. You gotta be kidding me. It's like I go out.
I was younger and like dance.
It's yeah, like I say, today's like was a huge social day. I've been on the phone. I had tea with someone, and I'm on YouTube now. I was like, whoa. I'm gonna have to hide for a day. It'll be like, whoa, I've had lots of people contact.
Like this pretty much is like I go to work, I come home, and every now and then I get to go grocery shopping at Walmart. Usually I just go pick up these things and I'm just like, yay, coworkers in my house. And then I go on YouTube so I can talk to people I actually like. So like I thought I had friends. I'm like, I texted you 2 months ago just to make sure you were okay and you never text me back. So oh well, there goes those 10 people.
Yep. And
we sent out a group chat going, hey, so I know you live in this area and this is going on. Are you okay? And not a single one has bothered to get back to you. So
See, and I found that like, too.
All my friends, like, I don't have any friends outside of YouTube anymore. I'm good with that.
See, I have a couple. I talked to them today. And I have my hubby. But, and I was saying to my friend too, because she was like, wow, because I was telling her about, the channel. I'm like, one shy of 360 subs. Woo! And, telling her about my different stats and whatnot. And I'm like, I don't know if it'll ever be money, but it's fun. And I love talking about reading and different things. And she's like, you know what? I haven't seen you this excited about anything in a long time. And I'm like, well, I've met all these amazing people and we chat and we check in with each other. And, we talk about books and pets. And so it's good. And I said, and it's awesome because excuse me, I don't have to run around and clean my house when I'm having, coffee or tea with people. I just flip the screen and make sure you don't see what's over that away. So good. It fits in with my energy levels of, oh my God, I got to run around and clean the house. I didn't for my friend who comes because we're both chill. Our houses are lived in, not, a showcase storefront type of thing. But yeah, so
I have animals. There will be mess. Deal with it or get out. I'm keeping them.
Well, and that's why I have my cat laws up there, and one of them is it's called furniture for a reason. Van, you're just bizarre, man. I'm looking forward to yard work when the weather's good, but house cleaning has never been. I think because I ended up having to do the house cleaning when I was younger. The stepmother decided that would be a good thing for me to do. So it's like, yeah, Cinderella, I tell you, that chick. I can relate to her.
Animals to clean my house. I'm way nicer than she is. Mine know how to mess up my house. I haven't figured out how to get them to clean it yet. They help, as in, you're sorting out the, laundry and going, all right, this gets hung, this gets folded, this goes here. Let me just lay on top of it all and get all my paw prints and dirty hair on it.
Panther loves the hamper. If you walk into the bedroom and the hamper's on its side, that would be Panther. Whether there's clothes in it or not, if there's clothes in it, that's a bonus, and that makes it nap time because it's all nice and toasty in there. If it's empty, it's just fun to watch it go kapow when he's going by. So,
Ven, can I come borrow you? But we might have to put you in some padding because the dogs will try to take you out.
Well, see, he has some, so he is cleaning, reading, and planning a Dungeons and Dragons session. Perfect day.
I like the reading part of that. The other 2/3, no, that's all you.
See, and I've heard of Dungeons and Dragons. I've never played it. So see, and Jenny, I've got Jenny to, our other Jenny to try and drag Ven out to movies. He hasn't seen The Hobbit. He hasn't seen Lion King. My husband's now looking shocked. He's got home and he's over at the table at the moment. And he's like, he what? See, Ven, it's not just us, but
you probably haven't even seen the new Deadpool, have you, Ven?
He probably hasn't. But so in his chat, the other Jenny was saying she'll drag him to the theater to make him watch all these movies. I'm like, good, because we're an ocean away. So all we can do is bug him in live chats and stuff. I
gotta figure out how to do little 30-second clips and somehow put it in the corner of the screen. So I'm like, you watched my video. You saw part of a movie. And by the end of the year, he will have seen
the whole
hour and a half movie.
Totally with Jenny. Reading, more reading, snacks, coffee, perfect day, less adulting, the better.
No coffee.
Oh.
With the reading and the snacks. What?
Yeah.
You went to an actual movie?
And he's Deadpool.
What was it about? I need some proof. Tell me something that wasn't in the trailer.
I know the actor's Canadian.
One of them. It was an international movie because we also had the Australian and the American.
Ah, there.
And I wouldn't have said no to any of them.
Oh yeah, that's right. See, and that's
because Wolverine is Australian, and then
he is Hugh Jackman.
Human Torch is American because that's Chris Evans, and he is very
Oh,
climbable.
Is that what he is now? The Human Torch?
That was the his Fantastic Four character. It
Really?
was the Flaming Torch, or I think that's or Human Torch, something like that.
I totally
he turns on fire.
That. Yeah, I watched the Fantastic Four, and I completely forgot he was even in that. Wow.
It was the hot guy from that.
It's the international.
This is just not fair. Guys get hotter as they get older because he was like okay when he was younger. I would totally climb him now. Same with Henry Cavill. Like, I did not know he was in Count of Monte Cristo. He did nothing for me when he was,
It had to be a remake.
Now that he's in his 40s,
who's in
Count of Monte Cristo? The blonde, I'll take her place happily.
Yeah, who's in Count of Monte Cristo?
Henry Cavill, the Witcher.
Okay, so my husband's just saying Superman, but see that's a remake. Because I watched the Count of Monte Cristo, the original with Richard Chamberlain, who was the big hoo-ha in the day. I didn't even know they had a remake. Hey, maybe this time we could watch the whole movie, hun. So here's an ongoing, I saw that. Years ago, pre all this tech stuff, and you could get the DVD and whatnot, and you had to record a movie. And I love the Count of Monte Cristo. So my then fiance, were we married yet? No. So my then fiance is like, oh, it's on TV. I'll record it for you. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks so much. So, we got together and we're watching Count of Monte Cristo, except for the last 15 minutes. Didn't get to see the end because he didn't record the last 15 minutes. Yeah, exactly, Jenny. Jenny says, all right.
I was waiting for them to go the other direction.
Yeah, didn't get to see the last 15 minutes, and this is pre-DVD and all that. So I didn't get to watch the end of the movie. Yep. I don't bug him much about it now, though. Don't like the way the psychic woman put her fingers through people's faces to read their mind. Oh, okay, that's got to be from Deadpool. I haven't seen it, so I'm like, what's he talking about now?
It's so good.
Ozzy plays a Canadian. Canadian plays an American.
Wait, what? Who was he?
Wolverine.
He's Canadian.
He wasn't pretending to be Canadian. Well, no. I guess he did do a little bit in Canada.
No, Wolverine's Canadian. The character Wolverine's Canadian.
That is the origin stories. I can't keep which one they're going off of straight.
Yeah,
there's one there. Like he was like in what he's been in too many places.
Well, I think we've still got the X-Men series, but yeah, there's a lot of different stuff, right?
And there's one where he was like born and it was bone claws, and one where they just straight up made him into what he was.
Yeah, they did that in Alberta.
Like was he born mutant or did you turn him mutant? Because I've seen both origins.
He was born mutant because him and his brother.
One of them. They've done other they gave him a different origin story where he was straight up human.
Oh, really?
And then they grafted the adamantium onto him and made him like a mutant with government playing with them as a genetic experiment.
Hang on, I got the hubby waving his finger at me here. What?
The adamantium in him. He was already a mutant, but it coated all of his bones and his claws.
Can you hear him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but she's saying the origin story different than X-Men that you're correct saying about he was born human.
Yeah, like they've done it, given him different ones in different movies.
Tanks and everything. He already had his claws.
But that was X-Men.
Yeah.
She's talking about a different version altogether.
She's nuts.
You're nuts. See, I won't get in the camera, but or on the stream, but he's listening. And when something comes up, he's on Google checking it out. It's like, dude.
I swear they've recorded both of those origins in different movies. I'm like, what is the official what? Because I swear they can't keep it straight.
But that's like, look at Batman. How many different versions? I mean, okay, they're all stick with his parents get killed, but then it goes entirely different, whether it's Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer, who's the Christian Bale.
That Twilight guy. They can't freaking pick a story and keep it.
Exactly. And it's like, how can you keep screwing around with Batman? Like, come on. Don't be messing with the dude with the wings. Jenny, now there's a scene now. All of you will know what this is. I didn't see the scene in the car. Jenny thought it was
such a good freaking movie.
Oh, Beetlejuice 2 at the cinema. Yeah.
You saw 2 movies last year?
And he said it was disappointing.
Well, that is sad because I wanted to see that one.
Jenny's correct. Bob's going to die. You feel sorry for Bob. Of course you do.
I was waiting for that. We missed the last 15 minutes because y'all were getting frisky. Not he didn't record it.
No, I was watching the movie. Trust me, I've gotten mileage out of that over 37 years. It's like, seriously, who misses? And like I say, this wasn't where you could just, hop on Prime or go buy the DVD. So I was screwed. There was no way to watch it again. It had been on TV, missed it. Oh, I got a lot of mileage out of that for years, without a doubt. Oh, but okay, so Wolverine is Canadian. Born with Weapon X made, the adamantium. True. Okay, there was something, wasn't about, what was I just saying about mileage? Carp.
Getting dirty with it.
Oh, eye candy. There we go. So yesterday, when we were trying to decide whether we were going to watch the Hobbit trilogy or Lord of the Rings,
have some eye candy.
Exactly. And my husband said, well, how about the Hobbit? And I'm like, yeah, I could watch the Hobbit. He goes, you're just thinking of the eye candy and Luke Evans. I'm like, well, it ain't going to be hard on the eyes, not going to lie. And he goes, well, I have bad news for you. And I'm like, as in what? And he goes, well, Luke has just come out that he's gay and he's been with the same partner for years. I'm like, dude, I'm not planning on going on a dinner date with him. I'm not interested in Luke Evans, the person. The eye candy is the character. Like, hello.
I mean, it'd be nice if I had a chance, but even if he was straight, the likelihood is like, that. So I'm just going to enjoy looking.
And see, window shopping. There is nothing wrong with window shopping. And like I said to him, it's the character I'm interested in. I don't want to meet Orlando Bloom. I just think Legolas is an interesting elf, unlike Tamlin and Rysand. Feel the need to add, I love Lord of the Rings. Woo! Watches Fellowship 8 times. Dude.
So you were checking out one of the chicks that I'm getting.
There's not many of them in the, you live Tyler. Can never say her name right, but
Galadriel.
Ozzy. Yeah. Not Catherine. Oh, I can see it. No. Who is it? And she was in Thor. Who plays Galadriel?
Oh, I know. She was, Helen. She was his sister.
Yeah.
But every one of the big elves has been in a Marvel movie as a bad guy.
Oh, here we go. Yay, Ven and Jenny, Kate Blanchett. Yeah. Dracula Untold. Love that movie. And apparently Luke has an amazing Dracula and BBC. an amazing voice. He's a singer as well. I think he's got
He's in a
records.
BBC show. That one I
Yeah,
didn't
that's
know.
awesome. John Barrowman's gay. Yep. Hey, eye
Didn't know
candy.
who that one was.
I'm not sure who he is, but like I said to my husband, I don't want to meet Jensen Ackles. I want to meet uh suddenly, like I'm getting tongue tied. I don't Winchester, Dean. I want to meet Dean Winchester. I don't want to meet Jensen Ackles. I could care less. Dean Winchester, I would love to have dinner with that guy and just talk ghosts and ghost hunting. That would be awesome.
Yeah, because even as Gaston, he was still hot. I mean, he was a douchebag because he was Gaston, but Luke Evans was still climbable.
And see, now that whole climbable thing after Fourth Wing and Ven's 6'1" and Noah's the gnome and Ven's the ent. Now, see,
too. Pretty much everyone is climbable. Either that
because you're 5'2". Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Now, there is more eye candy for sure, but I do not watch the zombie show, Walking Dead. To me, it's like, seriously, how long can you go with zombies? Apparently quite a while, because I think that's still on. The Boys, Sam Winchester's going to be on there now. Not Jared Padalecki is going to be
the guy from Gilmore Girls.
Yeah, that's where he started, and then it was him and Jensen on 15 seasons of Supernatural. And yeah, apparently.
Oh, Jenny. We get vampires too. I mean, they're undead.
That's true.
As long as there's blood flow, it's all good.
Well, and that seems to be popular. And I watched The Boys a couple of seasons. It seemed like it had potential. This is when that might be one of the last series I actually started. And then it just got too much boom chicka wawa that I didn't care. And I wanted.
That's what they did to True Blood.
Yeah.
But it was on HBO, so you knew they were going to do that.
Yeah. And I wanted a story. Like 15 seasons of Supernatural, never anything even close to any of that. It was like, the adventure, the demons, all that kind of stuff. See, I did too. More eye candy, Carl Urban. And his character was kind of good. And then, like I say, I think it was season 3 that Jensen was in it. And I'm like, good eye candy, not enough to make me start watching that again. Like, forget it. I don't need to see your boy parts. I know there's a nude scene and I don't care. And when you're saying you don't want your mama watching the show, maybe that should tell you shouldn't be doing the show. Like, dude, you got kids. You want your kid watching this down there? Oh, Dad, like, that's gnarly. No one needs to see their mama and papa doing stuff like that. Just saying. You seen show Almost Human? No.
I've never heard of that one. I don't think.
I
have. I definitely not around to actually watch
Actually, see, now he's not. Now when I need him for a fact check, he's not around. It was called Being Human. There's the British version. Oh, here he is. Almost Human.
Summoned.
Did you watch that? It had Carl Urban.
No, I watched Being Human.
Being Human. Okay. We're good now, thanks. So, Human. This is why we're still together. It works. Being Human, we watched the British version. And actually, Keeley, who's good eye candy in The Hobbit, not so much in Being Human. Dude does not make a good-looking vampire. He got short hair, and he is not good with short hair. He needs long hair, handsome. Short hair, not so much.
It's like Aragorn. Like normally I don't like long hair, but the Lord of the Rings guys pulled off the long hair. They look weird when they're all cleaned up. And so that's
I don't know. Vigo's still pretty good with the short hair.
I still liked him as the ranger way better than when they like cleaned him up for the king. That was like, can we scruff him up again?
Yeah, exactly. He did look better as a scruff. Maybe that just says something about what we see as eye candy. I don't know.
I was like, suit and tie, that's boring. Can I get a t-shirt and a little scruff?
Give me that bad boy. Maybe a bad boy with money, see?
I can go for that.
Catch that, hun? Money. Money, honey.
Somebody has to pay for all the books and the doggies.
See? Kitty needs her kibbles. Yeah, Tiki. I know. She's a priorities here. Sean Bean, David Wenham pulled it off. Strider hotter than Aragorn. There we go. Okay, Being Human, Aidan Turner. Yeah, so I don't think we did watch that one.
Now I have to look that up. Let's see.
And I only watched a couple of the Being Human, and I guess there's an American version, yeah? An American version, but of course different actors and different storyline. Oh, that was the other new thing I started watching. Oh, it's your thingy on Prime, hun. What's that show? Upload.
Okay. Upload.
Yeah, he looks better as Keely, but that's not bad.
Yeah. Yeah, the US one, they did mess it up, Jenny. I don't even think my husband finished. Did you finish watching the US one?
I didn't watch the US one.
Oh, you didn't watch the US one, just the British one? But, oh, okay, there we go, duh. Being Human, Aidan Turner. Silly moment.
Sean Bean, I just think it was the guy that always dies. I swear they had to extend the fellowship just to make it to a scene where he was dead. He was like, "I'm sorry, you're not contractually allowed to live to the end of the movie anymore. So we had to go to the start of the next one so we could kill you."
Yeah, see, now
that's his name. Okay.
That would be somewhere to go visit because they have the whole set there as, I think it's like an amusement park or tourist attraction. You can actually go into like the Hobbit homes and stuff.
Mm-hmm. I looked it up. I don't have money for it. Okay, you can rent out the Shire for like, and it sleeps like 14 people, but it's like $1,200 a night. Like, yeah, if you had 14 other people, but
wow,
I don't know if I know 14 geeks I'd want to spend like the week with. But I have like I got the location guy. He goes, here's where they filmed this. Here's the trail for this. This is where you can go. This place. Oh, you can stay here. You can visit and drink here. I need a passport and money because I have the location guides for both of them, and I want to go.
See, we could do that. If we could all go traveling, we know 14 booktubers that we could hang out with there, like plan the big Australia outing. Okay, I just clued into who Sean
New Zealand. Australia, we're just going for the guys and the koala bears.
Here we go. The Sean Bean was Boromir, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, that was a brutal scene. That made me sad. And I haven't read the books in ages, but almost never made. Oh, really? See, I've only seen him as, I think, Boromir. I don't think I've seen him in, a Hobbit Park. I don't mean Noah's. Hey,
Noah.
I'm surprised we didn't see Noah. See, your spam thing wasn't a Noah shows up thing. He didn't arrive.
Mm-hmm.
The film hits harder than the book. Yeah, it was, because at first, you're kind of like, ooh, is he being mean? Is he being nasty? And then, he realizes it's the ring screwing with his head. And yeah, that scene, it was like a tearjerker and made me angry because that douche Rorikai or whatever, Orakai is like, that's just over the top wrong. That dude better get it before this movie's over. And Saruman with getting rid of all the trees. Like, what a jerk. And I was saying when we were watching
Wizard should know better.
Well, and he's supposed to be the top wizard. And as we're watching The Hobbit, I mean, Gandalf and, why can't I think of the dude with the bunnies? Ragnarok.
No. I know the guy you're thinking of. I can't think of the name.
The guy with the hat.
Radomir or something. Radagast. Yes.
Radagast. There we go. See, Jenny's on top of this. This is why this girl reads all this stuff. They're doing everything and figuring everything out. And like, what's Saruman doing? He's like sitting up at the tower doing jack shit. It's like our educational system here. They're all sitting at the ivory tower doing squat. But I digress, and we're not going to go there.
Oh, he was so. I just love the interaction with Gandalf and Galadriel, and that one's like,
yeah,
you're
right?
just screw with us so that they can escape, aren't you?
And see, there was the other question.
Little boy got caught.
There was the question I had: if she'll show up when he needs help, how come the Borok got to drag him down the tunnels in Moria? Like, where was she then? I tell you, these elves, they're fickle.
She admits, she's like, yeah, I'm nice, but I could be pure freaking evil. Notice all the guys are afraid of her. Though I do love that we're getting her kind of like origin story in Rings of Power. So I'm struggling to sit through long enough to actually like focus and watch it. So I'm like, I want to watch this, but my brain goes, it's been 30 minutes. La 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 la. Crap. I haven't seen this 1,000 times. I can't do that. I need to actually watch it and figure it out. And my brain says no. So I've been trying to watch it for like 2 years and I still haven't. Like, now I forgot, so I have to start over again.
Oh no.
Dang it. And they took 2 years to make the next season, and then not. Like, I still haven't made it through rewatching season 1 so that I can watch season 2.
And see that, and like I say, that's why I stopped watching any of these 8-season things. And these actors aren't that smart, because those days of Jim Parsons making $20 million a year for The Big Bang, yeah, folks, you got 8 episodes, you ain't making no $20 million a year. That's just, those days are gone. Like, you people screwed yourself huge going to 8 episodes versus 25 and working your asses off. Because I will give Jensen and Jared that. They did 15 seasons, over 20 episodes every season. Plus, instead of just waiting for like Comic-Con, they were traveling the world, meeting with their fans all the time. So between all that filming, they were hosting things all over the place for their fans. It's like, that's working. That's being an actor. Not, Richard Downey Jr., 3 days, Spider-Man movie, $15 million. Are you kidding me? And part of that stuff was probably stunt people who won't be getting an award at that big show where you all clap yourselves on the back. How many times at different award shows? Like, seriously. Okay, so Noah is sleeping a lot. I hope he's okay. Say hi for us.
Has he had his doctor's visit yet?
Yeah, hope he's doing okay. Is not accurate at all. Yeah, see, I remember this got Jenny really upset because she knows. Girl knows her.
See, I haven't been able to read that one.
Yep.
I tried the Silmarillion and it just went. No, I can't picture this. I'm lost.
Oh, not. What do you mean? Not that you know. Now I am shocked. Well, hopefully dude is feeling better and doing better. I worry about him. And so Kat actually, and it was funny with my friend who was here having tea, we were chatting, and she just turned 50. I'm like, I loved 50 because that's the year I really stopped caring about some stuff. And it's like, oh, I have to keep making contact. Oh, when I stop, I don't hear from you. Okay, bye-bye.
Like, I get you got a life, like you got a husband and kids and a job. I got a job and some pups. But it shouldn't be 100% on me all the time. Like,
Yep.
Screw it.
Yep. And my friends
see each other,
say,
we don't see each other. Oops, that's people I don't have to remember later. No, I don't have to feel bad I forgot your birthday because you're not going to remember mine anyway.
and yeah, and like I said, and like that's what I said to her is when I turned 50, that's when I stopped stressing. And she was saying she's going through her phone, and there was a mutual coworker who neither of us hears from. And I'm like, yep, 50 came, 50 went. And then, because when people switch work locations and that, and I'm like, no, I got things to do, people to chat with. I'm good. And actually, I do like someone else I was chatting with. I'll go through my phone every once in a while, and it's like, oh, I haven't heard from you for a while. Okay, bye-bye. And delete, 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 and when my phone number, I had to change it because some douche made $3,000 to $5,000 off my number one day. That's what they were telling me when I changed my number, I can't remember the term, but they grab your phone number and call people and get money. Yeah. When I was changing that, they were telling me at the store, those people can make anywhere between $3,000 to $5,000 a day.
What the heck are they doing? They need
They're
to give me some
scamming.
tips.
They're scamming. But it took me almost 2 days to change all my passwords because, of course, if they're connected to your phone number, when your phone number changes, you got to change all of that, get on the phone, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. Then I went through my contacts and went, nah, you don't need the new number. You don't need the new number. Nah, you either. So some of them don't even have my new number because why?
That's pretty much where I'm like, all right, I have you in my contacts just so, like, if the number pops up, I'm like, yep, this is somebody I know. But screw it, I'm done. I don't want to speak to them anymore. That's honestly the only reason I have some people's numbers is so that I know not to answer instead of going, is this potentially that, like, employer that I'm waiting to hear back from because it's got the right area code? That's oh, it's you. Nope.
See, this is why we all got to kind of like, mind you, this way we can do it, and we can do chats, live stream or off stream, and that too is, we all get along, but yeah, we're spread all over the damn place.
Like, I'm getting home from work, they're going to bed.
Oh, haven't spoken to him couple of days. May have had an appointment today.
I emailed him about a week ago, and he hasn't gotten back to me yet.
That can happen with Noah. He doesn't answer Voxer either, so don't feel bad.
Yeah, I figure he's just feeling like crap, but I got to play it up a little bit.
No, he doesn't pay attention. He'll forget. He'll see it, or he doesn't check with Voxer. He got back to me. He's like, oh my God, I just realized how long ago you sent this. It's like, yeah, I'm good, sweetie.
I saw it. I thought I replied, and then I didn't, and then I forgot.
Yeah. Well, it's like someone I'd asked to do a live stream just emailed me and said, they're going to be taking a break. They've got stuff going on. Hope I understand. I emailed back. I'm like, I'm totally good with it. Like, I've had to work on getting better from burnout. I know how hard that is. I'm not getting all stressed about YouTube. Let me know when you're feeling better. You're always welcome. But in my world, self-care and life is number one. YouTube is, wherever YouTube falls. So, never worry about that with me. It's like, oh, I'm not going to get all of it. Oh my God, I asked you and you're not coming on. What do you mean? It's like, no, take care of you. It's all good. And
Like,
yes, he
just
is
calls in the
bad.
day when I feel like crap. No.
He is bad at messaging back. I do think it's cool though that we have a nice little community of people who check in or email or Voxer or however we get in touch as, hey, how you doing? You know, haven't seen you, haven't heard from you, are you all right? And it's awesome. I don't do that
Like,
with a
hey,
lot
I
of people.
don't have this person, but I'll hit you up so they don't get hit up by 50 different folks and go, the chain.
Oh, we communicate by TikTok videos. Oh my Lord, you live 7 minutes apart. My fave prank when a blocked her and just pick up. I'm surprised you haven't done this, hon. My husband and I mean, now we have our phone set up that unless you punch in a code, you can't proceed with the call to come through. So we don't get telemarketers anymore, which is funny. There's one person. Yeah, well, there's one person I haven't heard from because they had called and you had to get the prompt and they had read on Facebook about how that's a scam. And I'm like, really, hon? Like, you're an adult. Let's think this through. But hey, no worries because you can text me as well, which they don't. But that's okay because, you know, that blockage has saved me from a number of, hey, Renee, a number of silly people for sure. But yeah, my husband I feel so bad for salespeople who used to get a hold of him. When we were dating the one time, it was a salesperson and we were both sitting there reading. Yeah, we're that exciting couple, both books, both reading our books. Woohoo!
Hey, I'm just scrolling animal videos and reading most days. So, like, it's been a bad day. I need to watch some animals being cute. Mine are being butt heads or sleeping. Oh, look at this red panda.
Well, this was way back before like social media computers. And so the person had called, so interrupted our reading time. And the person's going on and on. And, you know, Bob's like semi trying to be polite as he sometimes is initially. And then he was just having enough. And he's like, oh, he was saying something about his wife died. And the person's like, oh, I'm really sorry to hear about that. And started going on with the pitch. And he's like, no, today. She died today. Like, what the hell's wrong with you? And I'm just sitting there looking at him like, why don't you just hang up the phone and stop screwing with people? Oh, okay, fine. But I'm like, this person, like he tells him that, you know, and he still's going on with the sales pitch. I'm like, dude, that's like dedication. Like, wow.
I would pull some of these, but I'm like, I feel like they're probably already listening into my calls because I'm already on a bunch of lists. So I'm like, that'd be really fun. But then I'd get somebody knocking on my door to investigate.
Exactly. So,
like, geez, you study stuff that goes boom a little bit, and suddenly you're on all the lists.
You're popular.
And that's usually the intro to the class is first day. Oh, we're going over the syllabus. And oh yeah, by the way, we sent your name out to Homeland and NSA and all these other folks before you were for even trying to register for the class.
Yeah.
So if anything happens in any state that you live in, you will be getting the men in black at your door. And they don't lie because I know somebody that happened to.
Oh, yuck.
That luckily had his credentials from work going, yes, I bought all this stuff on the internet. No, I am not doing what those people do. It was for a legit work project. And proceeded with a 3-hour interview.
So Jenny is saying here when people call and she doesn't know who it is, she answers, it's taken care of. Don't worry, I'll clean everything up. And then hangs up. He's done some like brutal things I probably shouldn't have told him that. He'll do that to somebody. Like some of the stories he's told me, I'm like, why can't you just be a normal person and not answer or hang up the phone? But I know what happened. The one time he got one so wired for sound, the person called him back just to tell him to fuck off and hang up. So I'm like, oh my gosh.
Good one.
Like, yikes. Memes, favorite way. do that too. Renee, everyone's saying hi. That's hilarious.
Hello, man.
They don't call back unless it's important. So true. Well, this person called him back, but it was just because he'd got him so. It's like, why do you have to mess with people that?
Because that's what they deserve for calling and harassing folks during dinner. I want to know what he did to get him so mad that they called him back.
Oh,
You got a word for that.
No, he doesn't. He just has a knack for. They adore his customers, adore him, and they like when he shows up in that. But if it's not certain people, he's just brutal beyond belief. This is why This is why we sit at home. People are scared of him, or me. It depends on
here
which
it's
one.
me. We're like, oh, she's cute and sweet. Oh, we got to know her. She's annoying and she's kind of evil.
You know, it's funny
I can
because
bake cookies and sing Disney songs. Or I can plot some things, and don't think hiding in the boys' bathroom will save you.
well, when we used to go to stuff,
I used to try to write stories. I get creative, and no one will believe you.
There you go. You should write a set of short stories and sell those on Amazon.
Like, here's all the people I don't like. Let's see which one's going to get off which way. I promise it was only for research. It's for a book. No, I can't off them that way because then they'll think it's legit.
We're losing Ven. Take care, Ven. Glad you can jump in. Hope your voice comes back soon. He's got the kiddos. His phone's at 10%. Yikes.
So you got kids, and do you still have any sugar left over?
And remember, don't.
Or do we need to send some glitter?
Yeah, don't eat the cake before next week's live stream. You got to save it for the birthday celebration. Meet you at Gareth's. Does Gareth have a stream today? I didn't know he did. It's
not.
Oh, it is Thursday. No,
Wait,
I don't.
Yeah, it is.
Are they on?
My days are confused.
Yeah, it's Thursday because we're doing a live. I'm not sure if they're on tonight. I thought they were on. Oh, wait a minute. I'm getting screwed up because they had their 47 minutes. I'm getting screwed up because they had the special with the trivia, the movies and that. That's why I'm getting screwed up.
It hasn't been 2 weeks, but it has.
Yeah.
It's so confusing.
With the trivia thing. That's
it's going to have to be on Wednesday because we got, all the other days are taken up.
Yeah.
Oh, are you getting chased? Are you being a butthead and getting chased?
JB?
Oh, apparently he was trying to get Lil Man to chase him, and Lil Man didn't do it, so he came in and yelled at me and went to the bedroom.
Oh!
JB and Lil Man are weird. Like, JB will start crap and be like, well, are you going to chase me? Hey, how come you didn't chase me? We got to fight some more.
Yeah, that's right.
But if Lil Man gets too out of hand, then Franny yells at him.
Oh!
And then other times Lil Man has to go, hey, you're picking on my sister. I'm going to mess you up. So JB just catches it from every which way. There are 3 weirdos that don't know whether they're friends fighting or friendly fighting.
I think most
or
of the
they're
time
just lost because they're stupid. Yes.
I think it's friendly fighting because I know when we had Cedric and she used to roll Xena over in the hallway and yank at her ears and just go to. And meanwhile, it was like Xena's her kid. And it was funny because we had Morgan then too, who we had Morgan first, and then we had Cedric and the kittens. And everyone's like, oh, will Morgan be okay with the kittens? Morgan was great with the kittens. Cedric, on the other hand, was like, come on, you fat girl, you got to get some exercise. I'll chase you down the hallway. And then Xena would, she'd be behind her, and then Xena would lay down because she didn't want to play. And Cedric's like, yes, pounce on your kid and yank the ears. And Xena would just piss her off so bad because her paws were longer. So Xena would just put her paw up and get it right in Cedric's chin. And you'd see Cedric's paws like this, like, get off me, you brat. I'm going to get you for that. It's
There
like,
was
wow.
like JB sits up and like he'll start boxing little man's ears, and little man's like, "Oh yeah, you can sit up and do this, but you got really long hair." And he just uses his little snout and goes in and chews on his chest hair while he's getting
Yeah.
boxed.
Is,
And then
is
every
anyone,
now and then Franny will be like, "You've picked on me enough," and she'll just bark at him. And he's like, "Oh crap, is my mom about to eat me?"
yeah.
She usually just, yelps and runs away, but she barked at me first. And she
Yeah.
bopped him on the head when he's like, "I'm sick of this." And bop! And he goes, "I'm hiding from mama now." And we didn't see him for several hours.
Oh no.
He got over it. He was back to picking on her the next day.
No doubt.
He's not smart. Nothing sticks in there. Oh,
It does.
I'm
It's
still only halfway done with my knockoff Lord of the Rings book. Somehow it's taking me forever to get through, even though it's just a parody of
it
a movie
sticks
I've
with
seen a
them.
billion times.
They just have fun redoing the same thing. So Jenny wants to know,
And naming the one guy Dildo instead of Bilbo.
Oh no. Has anyone
And
finished the
Aragorn
first book of the year? I have not, because I started The Eye of the World. So hey, that's 891 pages. I got a few to go. Finished one that I started during the last few days, counting it for
Hey, if it finishes in
2025.
2025, it counts for 2025.
That reminds me, I got to get on Goodreads and set my big goal of 25 books. I had 50. I'd started with 100 for 2 years. I did 50 last year. I'm only doing 25 this year because I'm too competitive. And as soon as I start getting close, I'll just throw my other reading out the window so that I can finish my Goodreads goal. So I'll start picking books. And it's like, no, that takes the fun out of reading. So I'm going to set 25 and then just kind of try and forget it.
See, I made mine easy. I did 37 because I'm like, that's how many I have left from all the ones that I yanked off of my shelves thinking I'd read them. Though I'm probably not going to stick with just those. I'm like, I'm not in the mood for that. Let me read one of those other ones. But so long as it's like collectively kind of, I will prioritize those ones. But we all know I ain't going to stick with them. I'm like, I'm not in the mood for that. I'm in the mood for this. I'm just trying to clear off one shelf.
So that's why I figure if I put my 20 outstanding current reads in a cube, then I'll look at them when I'm looking for a book. Because now I really want to finish The Demonologist, because I have a feeling I read that sucker before and it couldn't have been that scary because I don't remember it. The only thing I remember is that Milton's Paradise Lost keeps coming up as part of this story. And I've never read Milton's Paradise Lost because I was considering reading it after I read this book. But it's supposed to be a scary, woo, demonologist thing. And I'm like, it couldn't have been that good because all I remember is Milton's Paradise Lost. And that'll make me sad because this is a Canadian author. Like, hey, Janie.
How are you?
20% Whom the Bell Tolls. Haven't read that either. Keep getting distracted.
I've heard the name.
Who won't leave me alone to read?
Stupid customers.
Hey, kids. Tell them it's introvert day and you're there. I love that. That should be an official day. That's a perfect suggestion. Happy New Year, Janie. I still have to catch up on those journal videos. I've gotten through because Janie had a great set of tutorials that she was doing on setting up journals with pockets and all of that. But I got through part of them. Then I've just recently subbed to 4 new channels, which is awesome. They're great channels. 3 I found through Ven's shout out. One is Philip Hall, who I don't even know how he knew me, but he put my channel in his description box. So I went and checked him out because I noticed in the mention thing, and I've been following him since. He's like the Energizer Bunny. He's awesome. He's a poet. He has such great energy talking about life and different issues he's been dealing with. And he's got the Australian accent. So, it's just a upbeat video. But so I'm getting behind on it. See, I'm behind everywhere. I'm just like discombobulated. I haven't got my books organized. I've been trying to do that for a month. I'm trying to figure out my different journals, although Janie gave me an excellent suggestion. I actually have a Bilbo journal that came with the Lord of the Rings set, but I've never used it for anything because I don't want to make a mistake and mess it up. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I have the Lord of the Rings trilogy to read. I could do my Lord of the Rings book notes in my Bilbo journal. Boom, problem solved.
Nice.
The problem is I've got about 30 other journals with cute sayings and lined books and everything else. And I'm like, and I'm thinking of making journals. I got to figure out how to use up these journals and put pockets and different things. It's like,
too many ideas.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything.
There has to be like a pause button in that brain. And that's why I can't, because everything starts. And that's why I started journaling. And I need to do that again, because I find if I don't journal and just get some of it out of my head, then I sit there all night long with everything twirling whirligig through there. Not classic, fantasy romance. Wrong Lady Meets the Right Land. Don't know that one.
Right. Sounds
also
mushy.
Reader, they should know better, so not bugging Jenny when she's it's a day. It is a day. Posted it this morning.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I did see that you've commented as well, Renee. He's such a sweetheart. I'm so glad I found his channel, and he's been over leaving such sweet comments on mine as well. Always behind. Yeah, there's so many amazing channels out there, but to try and keep up is hard.
I try to watch about 4 a day, because otherwise I'm like, well, then I don't have time to do anything else, and my mind is wandering and I'm exhausted. I'm like, I want to cut these down, but then I like watching these ones. Do y'all have shorts? I can watch the shorts. I can fit those in.
Yeah. See, and I try like usually, and I have to put up my booktube watching tag, and I've got a couple others, but that one I want to put up too. And yeah, trying to come up with when to watch. And I typically only watch in the evening, like after Mr. Sunrise here goes to bed, which is about 9 p.m. So then I grab my little iPad, stretch out. But now, and I can't remember, Kat, if it was you or someone else suggested the watch later list. Excuse me, because I didn't do that. And someone else had mentioned, yeah, they put them in a watch later and then work their way through them. So what I've been doing now, because I get notifications on my phone, but what I'll do is I go through, I start moving them into my watch later list. And then after 9, I start picking through what to watch that way. So that's helping a little bit with keeping up. And then one, I appreciate that not all of us, or at least the people I connect with, freak out that, what do you mean you didn't watch all my videos? And I don't expect people to watch all my videos. I mean, I make 3 kinds of contents, and I know some are here for just one or the other, a few for all of it, and that's fine. But I'm finding I'm really needing to pick and choose about what I'm watching, because for the same reason, there's different projects I have on the go. There's different things I want to do. And there's only even with not watching TV, there's still only so many hours to watch YouTube videos. So, and see, I'm the same, Jenny. I have lists of targets.
Hey, I have time. But then if I turn this up where I can hear it, they're watching something. So even if I'm not watching it, it's like at work, I'm like, it'd be great to sit there and like catch up and listen at work, but then I can't like leave actual decent comments, because then they're gonna know I'm doing something not work. But like once in a while, I'm like, I can't freaking hear. So I'm like, at home, like, all right, I can put my headphones in, but I can only stand it in my ear for a little bit. Otherwise, then like my ear literally starts like to hurt. So I'm like, I got like an hour. Everything else, I'm like, if I can't mute it, I can't watch it. And trying to read the like, I'll put it on closed captions if it has it, but it's like it never quite syncs up, so it starts driving me bonkers after a while. This is
see, and I don't know, Janie, I'm kind of fence on that one because, and I do get the point though, if when you watch and they don't reciprocate, there's a couple channels I follow that I know my content isn't their thing, and likewise their content isn't my thing. Oh yeah, I mean, ever. And I can see that because sometimes you may start with the channel and then it's like, nah, or there's just too many and you got to streamline, like our humans, Cat. You got to streamline somewhere sometime. And yeah, and that is a frustrating thing sometimes too, or what I'll find, and I get people are busy, only so much time, but when people shouldn't peep. When people keep asking in a video, comment, comment, comment. So I've given you the gift of my time because that time's never coming back. It's like that suck thing, The End Game by Marvel. That's 3 hours I lost. Still pissed. But I've already given you the gift of my time because when I watch videos, I can't multitask in YouTube. So I'm focused on you. I've put aside what else I could have been doing. You asked me to comment, and then nothing ever. No heart, no response. What more do you want from me? So those channels, I can kind of, okay, bye-bye. So, because it is like, even like, go hit a heart sometimes, or luckily I don't. Okay, Jenny, what do you want? Oh, only 3 lists and targets. And yeah, and Janie, I mean, you certainly know because you're the experienced booktuber here at 10 years. And the other day, and Lovely Channel, and I mean, we've talked about this, and everyone kind of grows and everything at a different place. One channel I just started following, started her channel in April, 3.5K subs. I'm like, damn, you definitely got the 3 videos. 3. My lists have lists. Yeah, me too, honey.
Yeah. Like I started reading, I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna click down, like started going alphabetical. I'm like, all right, so they have a short recent video. I'm like, all right, I can fit this one in. Okay. This one's kind of cool. It's kind of short. I'll watch part of this one. This person I have to watch that it just popped up. Okay, now let me go back to trying to watch that. Okay, I'll try again tomorrow, see if I can fit anyone in. This one was like, I want to watch this video, but it's really long. So sorry, I'm only getting like a couple minutes of this because I can't sit here and watch a 45-minute video. That'll be the only one I watch all, for the next 3 days.
And that's it. And so, stand corrected, Janie has 12 years. And so she's seen a lot of booktubers come and go, and craft people. And, some people stick with it, some don't. There's life reasons. It just gets too much with, see,
to increase the speed without being chipmunky.
And well, she probably doesn't mind chipmunks. And she does listen to her books at like 2.5 as well, right? Girls like in high speed all the time. And see, I don't know how to do 2 times the speed. And I'm not sure I would. I think it would depend on the content creator and what they're talking about. Like if it was this maybe super long video. But there's some that I find, because I think for the videos for me, I need to leave it at a regular speed, because that's what shuts my brain down for a while. Otherwise, yeah, I see that she's up to 3 times on most CRs. You can't do that fast. Has to operate 2 times for that to work. The perks to being Scottish. But see, for me, when I'm watching a video, that's the only way I can shut off busy brain. Because, and like I said this too with my channel, either in my posts or one of my videos, it isn't that I'm not aware of what's going on in the world, and it's not that I don't care about a bunch of things going on in the world. It's I have to be careful because of my health, and stress will aggravate everything. But it's still whirling around back there. So when I'm watching a YouTube video, I'm focused on the video, which gives me some peace. It's what stops. So if I make it go faster, then I don't have that piece as long. I can fast an audio book, but with the videos, I'm listening to the content creator, whether it's about books or watching about the crafts or, watching cute animals and things. And yeah, that's kind of my downtime because I don't watch the news. It would infuriate me. Like my friend was asking when she had come about something. I'm like, look, I know about something horrific in Maryland. I know there was something terrible with the truck in New Orleans. Sounded like what happened up here in Toronto, but I can't go there. I just can't go there. I know it's horrific. I feel badly for people. Like with this glow in the dark stuff, and I was telling my friend that I want to look into this company because if it checks out and they work with the groups, they say part of the funds go to stop human trafficking, and they work with other organizations and police. And sadly, in my city, I know there's kids that disappear from high schools all the time here and disappear off our streets. Like this is in my area, shit's got to stop. So if this organization pans out, not just because she's Canadian, but if it pans out, then that's who I'm keeping my glow in the dark sticker purchases from, and I'll buy more because part of those proceeds help with that. And yeah, having worked in high schools for so long, it's why I'm really disgusted when these schools are so big. Some of the staff don't even get to know the students. They can't even tell you the names of the students in their classes. So it's easy for those kids to disappear, sadly. And it's just, there's just so many dark issues happening. But that's why I don't want to make those kinds of videos because there's so many dark things happening that when I'm in front of a camera and even through the live streams, I want to keep it upbeat. I want it to be a break, to just, relax, chill, enjoy the community and being together. And, let's have some laughs and giggles because, yeah, after you get off the stream, as my students used to say, shit gets real, right? We've all got different things. Oh, yeah. And Renee keeps the videos short. And that's true. I mean, I tend to babble, so mine are usually 20 minutes or so long. Others, I'm always impressed when they can do tags and their videos are much shorter. Maeve, and I wish I could remember the rest of her channel name. I was impressed. Maeve did 3 tags in under 20 minutes. I'm like, ooh, wow. Girl, yeah. And they were great answers. Now, granted, some of them you didn't need books and stuff, so those are always a little bit shorter. But I'm like, whoa, that would have been, yeah, I'm not sure I could have pulled that off in 3 tags. And I'm pretty sure it was might have been 2025, but still, that's impressive for 3 tags.
Like I try to keep mine pretty short, but sometimes you're just like, oh, nope, this one's going long.
Yeah, if your checks come through, can you post links so that we can help too if they ship internationally? Okay, there's something I'm missing there.
When you check on your glow in the dark stuff, if they actually turn out to be good.
Thank you. See, that's why it's good to have two people on a live, because I'd be going, what?
Yes, that's why, like,
I will.
When I do Amazon, it's always smile dot, because you can, if you do that one, it donates like 1% of your purchase to the charity of your choice. So without raising the price, I'm like, no, I don't feel quite as bad, because I bought this and I donated to ASPCA or something.
And that's why I enjoy things like, well, my tiger shirt that I had on for a couple of videos this week, one of the new subs, Emily, and she's the one whose channel is now over 3,000. I think she's in Brazil. Sweet lady, and really amazing content, a lot of different books. But she was saying she wants to sketch the tiger because she really liked it. And I'm like, well, you might want to go to natureforce.com, because I bought the shirt. Actually, my husband bought me the shirt years ago, and because I was giving to World Wildlife and that at the time, and that's where that shirt's from. So yeah, and I find too, because there's things I like to give to, and yes, Jenny, I will remember, and I just need to check out, because there's a few charities I found that'll say, oh, we do this, we do that, and they're not, for example, we and all those houses that haven't surfaced. And hey, sorry, folks in America, but yep, dudes may be Canadian, but they left us to go to the States. So I don't know what that's about, but I'm guessing
it's sad how many charities are just, hey, we'll give you like everything is donated. It costs us nothing, but our CEO has 3 really nice mansions. We might have $100 for you at the end of the year.
And that's a shame, because, I mean, people want to give. And I actually paid attention. And I think that's why with streaming videos, I won't get nickeled and dimed, is years ago, you'd have this, that, everything else. Oh, sure, 10 here, 20 there. And the one year I decided to total it up. And I'm like, damn, that adds up, because the causes are worthy. But for the amount that you give, and back then it was snail mail and everything, again, pre everything else with the internet. But so basically you're maybe paying for the stamps for them to send you out stuff for this. It's not actually helping the cause that I wanted to donate to. So I'm like uber picky now about what I give money to, or, can I afford to? Because, hey, I now live on 1/4 of what I used to make working. So, one, it's a good thing I live in Canada. And 2, I live a very simple life, and I'm good with that. It's not like I'm missing out on anything, but I'm not, rolling in the dough, because somebody still won't win Lotto Max. Yes, he's sitting over there. 37 years, dude. I've been waiting. I've been
I've been trying for a few years. No luck. I just want to pay off all my debts and be able to afford a library and a little traveling. I need to go geek out in New Zealand. Come on.
There you go. Well, I keep telling him the only reason I'm not divorcing him is because the day I do, you bet that week he's going to be winning frickin' Lotto Max. And it's like, no. And actually, it was funny.
I do. That was my adoptive-ish mom bought me one of those a couple years ago.
That's awesome. I have a little
plaque. It's I'm very open. My grandmother was Scottish, and I am very proud of that.
Hey, look at that. I could be Lady Elaine. Woohoo! You'd have to call me Lady Elaine. I got a raspberry. And not even with dessert. Just rude. Only the monarchy can issue those titles. Hubby and I, because we don't want to start over. Well, there's another good reason. But I'm going with that would be the week he'd finally win Lotto Max after all these.
Like, we were together for how long? I get half of that as the alimony.
What do you mean, no?
You wouldn't,
What do you mean, no?
because we'd already be gone. Sorry.
Dude saying no, you'd be gone. We wouldn't be divorced yet. There'd have to be a settlement. Besides, we can't just shut up because we can't do it with the fur kids anyhow. It would be too traumatic. You're stuck with me.
We can't separate the kids.
Exactly.
You can't understand.
When you have fur kids, you can't be doing that because who has the fur kids? And then they get all sad and upset, and you can't separate the fur kids.
Mm-hmm.
Why divorce takes ages to properly train men.
Do they ever get properly trained?
Janie agrees.
I mean, like, there wouldn't be any asking questions. There would just be a missing person, and then the animals would be mine.
Yeah, but then the animals would miss the person. Come on, cat. You know Franny would be... Oh, now I got 2 raspberries and still no dessert. I'm going to have to end this stream and go have some cheesecake.
Oh, that does sound kind of good. I don't have any cheesecake.
Of course,
I do have an apple pie that I bought for Christmas and haven't cooked yet. It's still in the freezer.
Hey, that's why freezers are good. That's why I love having a freezer because I'll make big batches of stuff. I actually need to do some homemade mac and cheese, and then I'll freeze it so then I can just pull it out, and then I've got a couple days worth of lunch because, if I don't feel like cooking that day, then he can have like a grilled cheese or eggs or something because, we don't get up at the same time. We don't eat the same foods, but we don't always make 2 separate meals. A lot of times we'll have the same thing, but every once in a while, if I want like a homemade mac and cheese or something, he'll have like grilled cheese or eggs, and I don't eat eggs, so rarely.
I want some cheese enchiladas. He's eating another frozen pizza.
Yeah.
They're like, if he will eat it, I will eat it, but just because I will eat it doesn't mean he will.
Boom. That is our house. I'll eat stuff because it's just easier making one meal. But Picky Pants there. Oh, and because he's here and it'll be funny to see him freak out. Let me know. Can the food touch on your plate?
Yes.
No. We have to have a big plate because God forbid, bad thing. Heaven forbid a pea should roll into the gravy or kiss up near those potatoes or anything. No. But nachos can look like a dog's breakfast and he'll eat it. It's all mushed in, but other foods, no. Potatoes do
you
not
have those little children's plates with the dividers?
We used
to make those.
I had one and told him because somehow I ended up with my kids' plate. I think it was when my dad was moving into town or something and all kinds of stuff. I've told him I'd get him one of those kid plates because that would make life easier, let me tell you. It's like, seriously, issues.
Some of those things you're supposed to get a couple things on the fork together. You have the gravies, the mashed potatoes, and the turkey all in one bite. Come on now.
Exactly.
Or a little corn mixed in with the mashed potatoes.
You mingle in your food. That's part of the eating experience. Oh, no.
Flavor. No, you can keep your cranberry stuff over there.
No. Gotta have cranberries with turkey. Come on.
Me and cranberries are not friends.
He won't eat them either. Well, there's a lot of things. I'm going to read Jenny's and then I'll tell you about the South Beach diet. Bestie tried co-parenting her dog, quickly changed his mind. Oh, only took Juno and he's going on a date. Oh, what a jerk.
My ex was my old baby. It was like on paper, Scooter belonged to my ex. In reality, everyone was like, what's he doing with her dog? Like I took him to groomers. I took him to the vet. I took him on 2 and 3 walks a day.
Yeah.
But on paper, his mom, got the dog from the shelter. So I was like, all right, it's his dog. And then when he realized that I wasn't going to sleep with him for the dog, he was like, oh, fine, no. It was like, literally, we went to the vet, or we were going to the animal shelter, and it's like, all right, this is the doggy that I like. Like, he stuck his nose through the fence and licked me. This is my doggy.
Aww.
And we went back like 3 different times because he couldn't find a dog that he liked that liked cats. So we got my Scooter baby. And on the meet and greet, he was they put you in a little room and see if you get along with the dog.
Yeah.
So he was on one side of the dog, I was on the other. And Scooter was like, all right, you can pet me, but you do not reach over and touch this human. This is my human. We bring the dog home, and Scooter, like, he had a pimp sit. Like, he wouldn't sit on all fours. No, he would lean back. So he's like, this is my human, and grab at my boots. And he's like, oh, well, my dog can do it. I can do it. No, your doggy is cute. You are not. No. So, like, he tried, and, like, the first couple times he was like, nope, you don't touch that. And, like, knocked his paw, like, took his paw, and was like, no, knocked his hand away. He tried it again, and she was like, do not touch my human. Stared him down. This is mine. You may pet me, but you do not reach across. You do not touch my human. And so for about 2 weeks, he would take him for walks and realize that wasn't getting him anywhere. Quit ever walking. He was like, yep, that is my baby. You do not even sit on the same furniture as me. No. He had a straight up rules. Like, any guy comes to the house, like, he automatically, like, any woman in the house, that was, oh, this is my woman. Like, you're new to the house, you sit on the floor or another piece of furniture. Because if you tried to sit there, suddenly he had to stretch out and take a nap. So there's no room for you. And if you move the dog, well, now you definitely don't have a chance. Because what the hell's wrong with you? You think you can move my baby? Get out. This was a trial date and you lost. Get out. Every time. Like, yep. This is not helping you. All the neighbors know what you're up to. He was a smart, like, he would go out and sun himself, and Daddy kept having to, like, recover up holes and move around rocks and stuff and try to lock him in. Because, if I had to work, or, like, I had to, like, leave my baby with, my ex and his parents, because on paper it was his. And he, like, my ex knew he wasn't going to try me. He's like, you like my mom, so I'll make my mom cry to punish you if you take my dog. So when I left for school, I had to leave the dog. Aww. So Daddy was walking him. Yeah. Of course, couldn't drive him out to New Mexico to me. And so when Daddy would go on business trips, like, all right, we let him out back. And he would just, like, he'd take himself for walks and then be sitting on the front porch. And the neighbors would call him, like, hey, are you okay? Your dog's outside.
Oh, my God.
Scared the crap out of him one day because he took himself for a walk. And, they'd let him out and then gone to the grocery store because he would just lay there for hours just sunning himself, working on his tan. And got home and was like, we lost her dog. She's never going to speak to us again.
Oh, my Lord.
And so they're driving around. They're calling the neighbors, calling the pound, calling everyone, driving around. They pull into the neighborhood and that looks, hey, Scooter. He comes running and jumps in the window of the car and goes, okay, good. We can talk to her again. Oh. She was going to get rid of us. Like, we might have adopted her, but she's going to get rid of us. We lost the dog. No, we can't. It's like, we're not co-parenting anymore because he was smart. Like, she straight up, he, like, as soon as I left, like, he would go, he would go pee by the back door. And he'd been doing this every single day since I had left for school. And she was, on the phone, we go, if he pees in the house one more time, I'm loading him up and driving him to you. And she was laying in bed with, my baby on the foot of the bed when she says this. And he looks at her, runs downstairs. She comes downstairs and he peed. Like, he called your bluff. When am I getting my dog?
Yeah, exactly.
He's not co-parenting anymore. It's mommy's baby. You're still not going to date. That's mommy's baby. They brought him down to me. Never had a single issue. Even when he got sick to where he couldn't walk, he would hold it till I carried him outside. He was mama's. We don't co-parent. They got their humans.
Jenny saying, Juno was mine than she was ever his. May have been my bestie's dog, fave human. Aww.
Oh,
You miss that pup. Yeah. I mean,
they have their humans.
They certainly do, and definitely find their way into our hearts. And as much as I hate that goodbye, I wouldn't trade a second with any of our, well, I think we've been through it 9 times now. Well, we've been together 37 years. The universe sends us kids that need TLC, but yet no Lotto Max. Just putting it out there. And yeah, he's still sitting here.
We could save a lot more if you'd win the lottery.
That's
right. You would do good with it.
You're going home before my husband gets here? Well, you better move fast, because dude's scary. Yeah, we have this running joke, and people never know what to make of us, because we'll be horsing around, and it's like, there'll be a phone call, and it's like, is that your girlfriend? And he's like, maybe. Or he'll be like, yeah, make sure, get out of here before your husband gets home. Dumbass, that would be you. Goodbye.
For me now.
We'll finish on it tomorrow, because it'll be past your bedtime now. If we start it now, it'll be past your bedtime. Can't be keeping Jenny says hi. He says hi, Jenny. How are you? Say what?
I missed her at the meeting.
Oh, Bob says he missed you at the meeting, Jenny. But yeah, he's such a card. So he'll sit there and he'll chime in and I'm like, stop that. I'm trying to focus on the people in my chat. Or someone will say something and then he'll like Google it. I'm like, dude, shush. You're not in the log on somewhere and get in the chat room, and then you can bip off about what you found.
Yeah, come help me get some hours so I can start getting paid. Log on.
I make him watch. He has to watch all my videos, like every minute. I'm like, dude, just turn the thing on. I don't care if you don't listen or comment, but play the video. Girl needs hours.
Mine don't. I don't think he even knows I got one.
Well, see, I told mine. I'm like, dude, get out there and start talking to people you know, because yeah, we'll see whether this goes anywhere. But yeah,
he misses all my little, slutty shorts.
Let's not talk about watch time hours. Yeah, well, actually, and Janie, I don't know if you've been here in a live when I said, because I do things different than most people. I think it'll be next week. I have my thank you 150 unsubscribed people, because everyone else does it for the hey, I hit 500 or I hit Shape. Oh my God, hello. Hey, I sent you an email for a January live date. You got to get back to me. So Shape, this is Kat on the screen with me, and we have Janie and Jenny. I think Renee might be here too. So, folks, if you do not know the Shape, one, he has an awesome sarcastic sense of humor, which is why I adore him. And he does debunking like the world of Mr. Gray. So he has clips of paranormal channels who don't admit they're faking. And he goes through and shows you with editing and all kinds of stuff. Boom, debunked. Awesome channel. I've been following. I think Shape, I've been on your channel for 2 years. Maybe over 2 years, because I know World of Mr. Gray, it's been a couple of years, and I went over to the Shape from the World of Mr. Gray. So see, even in the paranormal community, there's those connections. But yeah, Shape is awesome. So if you enjoy the paranormal, you enjoy sarcasm, the Shape is definitely your man. Huge Friday the 13th fan. So he wears Jason mask. when he does his videos. So I have no idea what the shape looks like. But I do remember in a live stream, he was on with the Ouija brothers way back. And he said if he gets 50,000 subscribers, he's taking the mask off. I'm waiting for him to get to 50 because I want to know what he looks like.
And I remember because my niece freaking loves Friday the 13th. Like, she literally changed her last name to Voorhees legally.
No way. Okay, that's dedication.
She likes the horror stuff.
Well, there's
she got married, but my last name, I'm keeping
Leslie.
it for Friday the 13th.
Hug the leg, sneaking in to listen. Oh, my soul-crushing job.
Oh, are you at least, free of it soon, or is your shift just starting?
Hey, Leslie. So I checked because I was in Leslie's live yesterday. So between terrorizing Ven at his bookathon, and
I
hopped into Margaret's for her Wednesday update, and I'd been hanging out with Leslie for doing the confidence board. Oh, see now, Thank you, vision boards. Oh, an hour away, so that's pretty close. So I was hopping between everybody yesterday, and Emily and I connected, and I've been following her. Emily's the one who just started in April. And Leslie, holy crap, I didn't know she had 3.5 thousand subscribers already. Like, damn, that girl's popular. Yeah, it's like, wow. And I mean, again, and I don't know, like there's a lot of amazing, like the shape should be at 50K above and beyond. Shape, I think you just celebrated 6 years. Yes, and he's got a really cool tactic to know whether people watch the whole video, because he has a secret word at the end of the video. And in your comment, if you put the word in, then he knows you've watched the video. So I know it's 6 years because I left a comment on that video with the word 6. But yeah, so, you just never know who's going to make it, who isn't. But I'm glad they've at least decreased some of the requirements for monetization, because if you've made it 1,000 and over, you're in the minority. Like must be a different Leslie. No,
but you're doing good, because I think you have like half the subs that I do, but as far as people that actually come back, you've got a lot more folks return to your channel than I do.
See,
so you're doing good, Elaine.
Well, thanks. And I mean, it varies, but see, I really focus on that returning viewers part, and I'm not being sarcastic about the thank you unsub people, because that's what's really helped me hone down on what to keep making content on. That and watching the returning viewers. Yes, and I did see you you subbed again, so thank you so much.
The chaos. I love it.
Yeah, but so it's been, I mean, some days it bothers me that the channel's still so small after 2 and a bit years. But on the other hand, when I look at the returning subs and I look at how many of the sub people are my watch hours, those give me a perk, because it's, that's important to me. I mean, almost half of my subs are coming back. I mean, it bounces by the day, and I definitely agree. Quality over quantity. And that's not to say other people make quality content. There are so many small YouTubers that I've seen amazing, amazing content, the way they speak, the videos, the editing, everything, and they're still small. And I don't understand why. And that's not to say that the other channels aren't deserving or anything. I mean, they've got great videos and stuff too. And I mean, I guess that's the other part of it is there's only, well, like we were saying with the
only
booktube,
3 hours in a day.
There's only so many hours. You can only watch so much. And I mean, I think I mentioned it in my booktube evolution tag. The thing is, and I'm really weighing it out at different times. If you sub, but you never go watch a video, you're actually not helping that creator because then that knocks stats down, right? In terms of returning viewers and all of that. So sometimes, and it's not that I don't appreciate it, I certainly do, but sometimes when you get 20, 50 subs in a day, if those people don't all keep coming back, then according to your stats, it's soul crushing because well, you can decide whether it's 7 days, 28 days, and all the other stuff. And I have mine left on usually 28 days. So if you have a big glut of subs at a time, but you're not repeating that day after day, then when you look at that 28-day thing, it keeps telling you how much lower you are than you were, and that percentage gets knocked down. And then, of course, if all those people subbed, yay, but don't come to watch your videos, your watch time hours aren't improving. YouTube's looking for likes and comments. And if that's not happening on your videos, then they're not pumping it out. And so it could actually hurt people if you just sub, but you don't watch, and that doesn't mean you have to watch every single video, but, check in like once a week. And some people only have once a week, but check in once a week or something but I'm really wondering, Kat, if some of the challenge, and I don't know because I don't do shorts. And so I've been happy with my small growth, and so far, touch wood, not really trolls to speak of. I don't know if the shorts kind of bring in a lot of people, but then they don't watch the longer content, right?
Mm-hmm. It's definitely like you can look down and like it'll show you what people watch, and everything is getting watched but it's by different like segments, because the shorts get pumped out like I'll get 500 views on those usually. Like if you look at 20, it's like every couple of days there's a spike, because on Sundays and Wednesdays I do those animal shorts, and they're like, ooh, and so they'll love that. And then I've got like my handful of folks who are like, ooh, I actually like the bookish stuff. And so they'll come for that. And the handful that only pop up for the live. So it's like handful of this, handful of that, handful of that. But it's different stuff going to different people. And of course, like it's really easy to go, ooh, I like this short because it just, here, it's 10 seconds. You can watch them, 1,000 of them in no time because, they're just a couple seconds.
Yeah.
And then you're like, yay, they're coming for that. But those don't count towards your watch hours. And when you get 3 million, 500 views sounds like a lot to you. I need 3 million. I need a couple thousand every single day. That's never going to happen.
Yeah, so, the amount of views
it brings people in, but it doesn't help me. But it's just like, hey, it's a crappy day. You need a cute animal to make you smile. That's my putting some positivity into the world. But here, you can look at my animals.
What about doing some animal compilations, Kat? So that's
I think I'm gonna have to start doing. Like, I put one together of Pearl that I'm probably gonna throw up soon. Of like, all right, I don't have any new good stuff, so I'm gonna throw that one up. Maybe that'll be my like long form Wednesday video before I get to the spring where I can start doing garden tags again.
Yeah. Because and even with that, like we were talking, I think it was on our Boxing Day stream. When I first did my yard videos, they were getting about 100 views, like over the course of a few days. This year, when I did them, I don't think any of them got 100 views. So either some of the people who were there for nature videos left over the winter. And again, it just, and I try not to get too much into the numbers because I figure if people are watching and they're enjoying it, and I know that from the comments, and what I've started doing now is in the morning, I answer all the comments from like the day before. Sometimes if I'm on, I'll answer here and there through the day. But I figure if I leave it to one time of the day, that's kind of my scheduled comment thing. And I mean, granted, I don't have hundreds to answer, but I figure if I get in that habit now, one, my viewers will get used to, okay, she is going to respond to me. It's just not going to be in seconds, after the video or I make it. And then I figure I have that scheduled. But I try not to get caught up in all the other numbers and stuff because that's a short trip to Crazy Town. And with each video, you can look at how many watch hours was it? Did you get a sub? Did you lose a sub? And I'm like, no, that's too much like business and brain work. I'm just doing it to have fun. Like my friend and I were talking today when we were having tea. It's my reason for getting out of bed. I mean, I can't get to work. I don't go out through the week. I need to have something to do with my life. And this past year has been awesome with all the amazing people I've met, the connections, the chats, either live streams or, just the private chats off screen and the comments and things. It's been amazing. So, it's good. Kitschy, City Girl Writer, great solution, end of your video. If you're watching, don't have leave an emoji. Specifies what emoji to leave. Yep, I've seen that with some people too. And we were actually chatting, Leslie, during your sprint, because Ketchy was saying about, she doesn't always leave a comment when she's watching other people's videos, or maybe she'll just leave an emoji. And I had said, as a content creator, I mean, I love the long comments, obviously, and a lot of people know that because they leave long comments, and I love that. And then I, answer back, and it's a nice conversation. But I also like if people just leave an emoji, because then I know who's watching the videos. And that again helps me figure out what content to make. So for example, and I said it in my banned book wrap up, and I finished my 24 in 2024, but those videos for me did not perform well. And that was a bit sad because I know using the hashtag, there were only 20 channels there. It wasn't 20,000 channels. I'm like, oh my God, I can't even compete with 20 other channels. Like, what am I doing wrong? But I also think part of it is there were a lot of people doing it. I think, like me with the news, I don't watch it. Forgot had Gareth. Oh no. Say hi to the boys, Jenny. I'm going to have to grab supper and head over there shortly. But
gotta see what kind of cookies you're getting into, and all of being sassy.
So I know that, I mean, I can't believe I made 19 videos on it. I had no idea. And that's the good thing of having it in a playlist, is then I could quickly see. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had a clue trying to go through the catalog. But I think it's just, as long as you're focusing on having fun, if you've got a bit of a clue who's watching and who's watching which videos. So, I mean, for myself, and it's great people do it. I know they get hundreds of views and comments. I don't typically watch weekly wrap-ups. Give me a monthly wrap-up. One, because that's one video per channel. And again, streamlining and having to pick and choose, what to watch and what to make and stuff. But I love when people comment, because then you know who's coming back and who's interested. Like, I was surprised when I did that post about, do people want me to read fairy tales? And I had 19 likes. And I'm like, oh, okay. I guess this means they want to keep hearing fairy tale, or I wouldn't have, done it. And I love it that you do yours on Monday, Kat, and I do mine on Friday. So, I mean, people can get double Grimm's if they like watching that. But you know what? We've been at this for 3 hours. Girl, we're the talker twins, herbology and talking.
Oh, we can keep it going. Haven't even had any fur balls because they've been running below where I can catch them.
Well, Panther was here before the stream started, and I'm going to have to try. I've got a set of headphones with a microphone, and so if I plug it in, he won't be able to hear voices. So he might actually come over, because it was funny. I knew my friend was coming for tea today because I saw him booking it down the hallway, because he heard somebody in the driveway and he knew it wasn't his dad's car or work truck. So he's like, oh, hell no, someone's coming in. I don't know. And off he went. It's like, but so I'm curious, if I have my headphones on and he can't hear a voice, if he'll actually come over to the laptop, because he was all over here before and walking around the table in the front, and it's like, just don't step on the keys and screw it up, for Pete's sakes. But
mine could not care less. More like the pups are like, oh, we're gonna attack, and JB goes, oh crap, are they getting me? And runs and hides.
He was so cute the other day.
Oh, she's not gonna be me.
He was so sweet when you got him on the back of the couch the other day. That was hilarious.
Like he will hang out there, but if I try to pet him when he's up there, that's abuse. Like, he was hitting me in the face with his tail yesterday. So I moved his tail and he was glaring at me between like the fluff balls. You hit me in the face, I get to move it. He's like, you can't pet me. He's like, I'm a cat. I want to be near people, but kiss off. Do not pet me when it's convenient. Only pet me when I'm trying to trip you because you're walking.
Exactly.
Or when I think you're asleep and I'm stepping on you. Here, did you not want my butt in your face? No, that is not what I wanted. How come he gets the cute end? He's snoring. He'll give me a dirty, like, get your butthole out of my face, and he turns and gives me dirty looks.
Yeah, Xena likes doing that to me too, or she'll like walk up along me, so I always have to be careful which way I'm going. And our bed is, we've got the pet stairs at the end, which we've had there for years because Morgan had arthritis in her back legs. And the others just love using them because, hey, it's cool. We got stairs. This must be for us. And boop, 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 up this. They don't jump on the bed. They walk up the stairs.
Ours are too buttholy for that.
Yeah. And then Bob now has a pillow on the side of his because sometimes Xena will get snotty and she doesn't want to walk past Tiki or Panther if they're also on the bed and the stairs are on the other side of them. So she'll go off climbs over Bob, and then you hear a boom as she hits the ground. Because, we got to be dramatic. I couldn't use the stairs. I'm going to wake everybody up. I'm getting off the bed now. So Bob put a pillow over there. So now she just slides down him and lands on the pillow. So there's no big crash in the middle of the night.
Oh, I love the slink ball. Little man does that one to her now. He's like, I'm like, I swear you're just pretending you still have your junk there and just let me scratch it as I slide it off. If he does that, like every now and then he'll do that with the toy and then he'll just stop. So he's just his butt on the couch. Like, he has like little swirly dimples on his butt. So I'll poke his dimples and be like, Mom! And he'll finish dragging himself off.
The kids do the craziest things.
But we can't do the pet stairs because little man could use them at night because like He used to standing jump like he could like open the doors. Now he's like, nope, I gotta do a couple, and he'll grumble at me. He's like, I can't get up on the bed, so I'll have to pick him up. And he's like, no, a big boy, you can't pick me up. But then we have Franny, who is a belligerent butthead and would hurt herself on the stairs, knocking them all over the place. And then there's JB, who's like, ooh, I'm gonna jump up and see how close I can get to little man. And if he's on top of the covers, he's like, oh, you jumped up by me, let's play. But if he's under the covers, like, he will be by the feet. And JB will jump up by my head. He's like, nope, you got, like, I was laying long ways, you got within a foot of me. You do not get within a foot of me once I'm under the covers. Which was also a very Pandora thing. Like, when she was out and about, you know, she'd tolerate the peasants. But if she was, like, in a box or something, bags, like, don't touch it because you're going to get clawed up. She gets protected. When she's under, she's like, I got claws. I know how to use them. 4 pounds of murder.
Well, see, the pet stairs we have are solid wood. Like, they're not flimsy.
Those biscuit heads.
They're already talking biscuits. See, they must be hungry. They're getting right to the, but yeah, so they're solid wood, so they're not flimsy and they're wide, so even Franny could walk up them no problem. But I don't know if you can get them through Amazon or not. We brought them through a company here in London, and again, proceeds go to animal rescue. It's called Little Whiskers. Really sweet people, and yeah, they're like wide stairs, so yeah, Franny could walk up them no problem. The other day, and I have to
knows how to do stairs. We've always lived in like 1-story places. Like, I remember trying to teach her because there was a chemistry building on campus that had really wide, really deep stairs, and little man figured them out.
Yeah.
She was very confused. Then again, as a puppy, she couldn't figure out how to turn. The first time we took her on her walk, she literally would hop around in a circle. She's like, nope, I can't turn. Let me see if you're still back there. Hop, 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 hop. And she's so mean. She only did it on the very first walk. So I didn't have, like, I wasn't prepared.
Yeah.
So I couldn't catch a video of her being cute. And she never did it again. She would turn and go, are you still here? But she wouldn't hop in the circle anymore.
Yeah. I know.
It was so
sneaky. Well, and yesterday I decided to get revenge on, was it yesterday? I think. On Panther. And I didn't get Bob to take a picture yet, but I will. I curled up in his camper. Oh, the look. He's just, he's like, Mom, what are you doing in my camper? And he's just standing there glaring at me like, oh, this ain't gonna fly. Like, this isn't gonna be a regular thing, right, Mom? And I'm like, you took over my chair. Like, hello, I should be able to, I paid for the camper for Pete's sakes, but that didn't fly too well. It's like, no, this isn't right. I don't even share it with Xena anymore. She gets a chair. I have my camper. Tiki doesn't come in and bug me. Of course, she does jump on him from the back. Because right now, where it is, if it's a sunny day, you can see Panther because of the shadow. And Tiki's like, oh, game on. Bang. It's like, oy vey.
Siblings. They're such buttheads.
They are, but you know, they love each other and it's all good. But yeah, I got to grab supper and then I think I'll go see what the boys are munching on over on their stream. Well, thanks so much for this, Kat. Our first live of the new year, the twinsies, and great way to
start it. Twins. I love how they're the same shirt, but they're not.
Yeah, because
this has different stuff on it.
Yeah, and I've got all of mine. Let's see if I can. Oh, here, I can do it this way. I don't have to move. I can move the screen. Mine has the names of the plants.
Oh, no. Mine doesn't.
Oh, see, they figured you're smarter. They didn't have to put the labels on. I'm the stupid one. I needed to know, what are they called?
But I love of how it has different ones and they're labeled and mine aren't. I only know the Mandrake.
Yeah, I
I
got
know
my
what the others
Mandrake.
are.
I got my Mandrake.
I think that's the only one that I think that we have the same, or maybe they're in different locations. I'll have to give this a thorough study later.
Mine's
Let's take a picture and compare.
Right. Mine's got the numbers and the names. So the Mandrake number 2 is the Leaping Toadstool. I've got, this must be number 3, Gillyweed.
The giggling juice.
Here we go. Fanged Geranium. Then
it was. I got that one here.
Number 5's Puffapod. Oh, here's number 5, Puffapod. 6 is Shrivel something. I don't know.
Some of these weren't even mentioned in the books.
Oh, wait. This is 6. They're messing with my head. Where's 7? I don't know. We'll have to take pictures and email. Cat was Here we go. Professor Sprout would be proud of our attire.
Yay! Even though Professor Sprout doesn't think we should still be into Harry Potter because we're adults. Which who said I was an adult? I'm 3 years old. And I will continue to be 3 years old until they let me go back to blowing stuff up. There's no legal reason for being an adult at this point.
It's true. Well, see, and I've got to do one of my videos. I've actually got, oh, see, you would love this with your Ariel stuff. I've got my mermaid tail. So I have to do that with my done adulting thumbnail someday and put on my little thing and my feet fit in the fins.
Oh, nice. My feet are mine. I have a little blue mermaid tail blanket that I got for Christmas a few years ago. My adoptive-ish mom.
Okay, we got to figure this out. Because I've got, it's the fin, like the fins, and it's a pretty pink and teal and sparkles, and it's so comfy.
Gorgeous.
And my little feet get comfy because I can put them right in the fins. They're just teeny enough.
You can flop them around.
Exactly.
Fins, you don't get too far. Legs are required for walk. And now the whole song is playing in my head, but I won't torture y'all with that.
Yeah, don't get stuck in my head.
Surprisingly, I don't have the new version of the movie. I need it. It should be on sale by now. Like they did, Ariel was awesome. They did her buddies dirty though. Like Flounder and Sebastian were just, And the voice of the seagull bugged me.
Yeah, same as audiobooks. The voices can make a big difference on whether you enjoy a book or not, for sure, or movie.
Like y'all did him dirty. Flounder was all cute and adorable in the cartoon, and now he's just, what happened? Adolescence hit you hard, buddy.
No. See, Car Wash was cute. I like that one, and I like the music. That was, I'm not even sure how long ago that was.
It's been a minute. Because that was back when Christina was still kind of a thing.
Like I said, I don't watch a lot of new things.
I watch a couple a year, but only a couple. And then I have like all my, my favorites. I got my Lord of the Rings. I got my Harry Potter. I have all my Disney movies. There's like 4 that I don't own that I actually like. So like, I'm not going to get the Disney Plus subscription because why? If it's worth watching, for the most part, I already own it. So I got to wait for them to like come out with new streaming stuff on there. And like once a year, I'll get a little 1 month while it's on sale. Watch all the movies that I don't own that were made for streaming and then kick it off again.
Yeah. Well,
I think the only ones that I want that I don't have are the Great Mouse Detective and like the new Little Mermaid. Everything else, I'm like, I've already been owning this for at least a decade.
Well, and I like the videos or DVDs, Blu-rays better because you get some good special features, or at least you used to. I find
and
some of
no
the new ones now.
commercial.
Yeah,
Now literally
exactly.
everything has commercials in between. You're
Yep.
taking me out of the experience.
Well, and even Prime, and I always laugh because now with some of the stuff, because my husband watches some different things, and sometimes I'll go down and just kind of chill out because I've got my heating pad there for my back, and so the show will start. You can watch this with limited interruptions. I'm like, call a spade a spade. It's an advertisement. Like, seriously. Just because you like play semantics doesn't make it any less douchey.
We know what you're doing, you buttheads. Like, Netflix was the last one, and then they're like, we're going to be nice. We're going to cut your price in half because we're going to make you watch commercials now. You buttheads. That's my go to sleep thing is I put on something on Netflix that I've watched 1,000 times so I don't have to watch it because I can close my eyes and still see it.
Yep.
But I can't hear what's in my head because I'm listening to that so I can go to sleep. And then you put on commercials and it ruins it.
Yeah.
So thanks for joining in. It has been a fun one.
Yeah, it has been. But I gotta eat. I just realized I didn't have a Happy New Year. Big Bang Theory.
I have those on DVD. I haven't seen them that often though.
Big Bang?
Mm-hmm.
I think
there's
the whole
two
series
seasons that I'm missing.
No, we've got the whole series, and I think we've watched it twice. I love it because, I mean, again, it's half an hour. It's light. It's short. It's great, and I love the characters and being able to watch because that is over 12 years, not this 2 seasons we're out. That just drives me nuts. But yeah, well, this has been fun, Kat. Thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. It was fun.
Thanks to everyone who joined us in the chat. We talked. It's like I said in the description. We'll talk some books. Never did get to the questions.
Yeah, I still don't know what any of the questions are. We were just chatting.
It'll be the mystery. We'll have you back in one of these days. We'll try and do it with the Chaos Gremlins. That'll be hilarious.
Then we really won't. I'm like, haha, I think you got to one question with Van, so I got him beat. We got 0.
We actually, yeah. See you in a little bit, Jenny. I forgot. I didn't eat lunch and I got to go eat supper. So girl's starting to fade a little bit. But yeah, it's it's always an adventure.
Never know who's going to take it off the rails.
That's right. Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think we got to question 6 with Ben because the one time he was determined he was going to get through some of them questions. But anyhow, so we're going to hit the end stream button. This is where we do the wave. Thanks for everyone for joining.